We're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a special here, the Red Cup Rants crew. That's myself, Dex, Mad Mike, Dre. We got some people here that we call our brother, our sister. We got LaDonna and we got Boom. I'm not even gonna do all that. We're gonna skip all this. We're gonna go straight to the first topic, which is the Cowboys world. So me, Mike, and Dre, we're gonna slide out the way and let LaDonna and Boom do their thing. Y'all on?
Well,
Don't get camera shy now.
oh no, well, let me tell you. Let me start.
Don't get camera shy. Yeah, you don't be looking at me like that.
Let me start with the story. I already figured we were going to.
He already got evil in his eyes. Look at it. He's just ready. Look at it. His eyebrows going up like this and everything.
Yeah, so
Might be.
we
Might
already,
be.
we already had a feeling we were going
Special guest Tariq in the building. Oh, sorry.
And we also, I didn't expect the game that happened yesterday, but I did expect.
Oh Lord!
We made Mitch look like he was MVP for the year. Like he just was about to ball out. Like their record was only 2 losses. It was sad from that first drive. We looked good, and then we got a turnover. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do something. Jordan Lewis actually showed up. I'm like, they're going to prove me wrong. And then they proved me right. I don't get it.
I've been saying this all year long. I'm going to say it again. Fuck this defense. No. Let me jump right straight to the fuck the offense. You know, they went down to fucking plays to get 75 yards for a touchdown. 4 yards a play. 4. That whatever. Let's just jump into the defense because this is what I'm fucking. I watched a little bit last night, but by the time I got to work, I saw the score. I said, "What the fuck is this shit?" I was done. So when I got time today, I went and watched the game. I watched the whole game, and one thing that
Why you ruin your day like that?
Oh, I went and took a shower. I was like, I'm done.
She like, I'm gonna take a 3-hour shower and disappear. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
We done had a fucked up year, but that shit right there.
So I can come out with some facts.
That was the only reason I watched it last night, though. So I understood why he felt the way he felt.
So this defense, I've been saying it all fucking year. Even in the damn preseason, I've been saying it. Fuck this defense. Our linebackers look slow. Our defensive line can't get no fucking pressure. I mean, even if you had a wide open lane, I think they would fucking trip on the grass. DeMarcus.
Oh my god.
That's the player that I was watching the whole time. That was the main reason why I wanted to watch this game is because of DeMarcus Lawrence. Before the game started, he tweeted, "Calm before the storm."
Yo,
motherfucker brought a fucking mist to the game. Didn't even bring a fucking storm. He brought a fucking mist. You know those little fans you carry with the mist that blows out? Yeah, that's what he brought. That's what he brought. The whole game, I watched him. I was focused on him because everyone's saying, well, he's getting double teamed. He's getting this, getting that. No, he was not getting double teamed. Number 73 on the Bears offensive line made him his bitch. One arm, he was holding him back. He went to the other side of the line, couldn't get shit done.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
2 total tackles from that man.
wow.
2.
I can't defend him this week.
That means we paid him what? Fucking $45 million on tackle tonight or last night?
Wow. I can do that. I mean, I can get my old broke behind off the couch. You know?
Yeah, I can take on shoelaces.
I
burned by the tight ends and the receivers from the slot. He was getting burned. Oh wow, he had a fucking fumble recovery. And then Robert Quinn, he had 5 total tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Michael Bennett had that amazing sack. I don't know how the fuck he got it, but he did. But when you're playing defense and you're the first one to the ball carrier, your job is to wrap him up. Make sure he does not gain another yard. Am I lying?
No, sir.
That's the point of the defense. If you're the first one to the ball carrier, you make sure he does not gain another yard.
Correct.
Why the fuck are you stripping the ball right then and there? All you have to do is fucking wiggle and get by you.
Play. Yeah, trying to make plays instead of making them right.
You hold them up. You let the second guy come in, have him try
and let him strip the ball.
I'm sorry, Leo. But
hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Mike from Mad Mike Sports, man. There's a lot of people who's watching on my channel right now. The guy who is speaking is Boom. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Obviously.
And he's probably one of the craziest motherfuckers ever. And all right. Just this is not your ordinary show. This is something that I typically don't do on Mike Sports, but I had to get you guys.
You do now, sucker. We are called Strictly Prohibited Network because we say what everybody else is afraid to say. That's the truth.
Okay? This is the true me. This is the true us. This is what I wanted to introduce to you guys. All right. So, Boom, do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
The defense looked fucking horrendous. They couldn't fucking tackle no one. I mean, you put a tackle dummy out there, they couldn't tackle him.
Fucking bear hug. Like, I know I'm not the best tackler because I tried it before and I was like, "Ooh, this is not for me." I tried one of those dummies. Running on those dummies. I realized this game is not for me. But I know what the basic tackle fucking looks like, and they can't do it. Like bear hug.
The whole game, there was only one good form tackle. That was it. One tackle the whole fucking game.
Yeah. But Jordan Lewis, like I said, the interception was amazing. That two-step, like toe, right there, amazing. And that's all I got. Like, really, the only person that showed up, like, for real, don't get me wrong, our wide receivers got 100 yards, but it was a very, very quiet 100 yards. The only one that showed up and played and they decided to stop to give him the ball was fucking Zeke. He ended up with 81 yards, and he was balling the whole fucking game. He was balling the first half. But, of course, again, when we're behind, they go away from the run. They could have stayed with the run, but they didn't even bring out the run in the third quarter. This is that bullshit I'm talking about. Feed the man that is hungry. Feed the man that is actually showing up on your team. You had Jason Witten out there doing great blocks for him. This is when he finally, this game, we're game 13? We're game 13 and 14? Was it week 14 just started? 13, whatever we're at. And he just had his longest running play this week, 31 yards. Why did it take this long? Why the fuck did it take this long for this man to finally get 30 yards? Last year, 30 yards, he was getting in a game 1. And now we're weeks later, he's finally getting it. This is that bullshit I'm talking about. Feed the man that you paid to be fed. Look up Dak's running yards, please, because you already,
all right. Last game, right?
You already know what I'm going to say. If this man didn't run, lose. And look at those yards. Look at those yards.
3 carries, 1 yard.
If you watch my show, if you watch our show, the chain reaction, I say this week in and week out, when Dakota does not run the fucking ball, we lose. And again, it proves my point.
And it comes down to, we got down by 3 points, they fucking panicked.
Well,
they threw everything out the window and went into the passing game. They put the game in fucking Dak's hands, and y'all know how I feel about that man.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go ahead, Dave. You already know I was gonna ask.
Clapper's gonna clap. You know what I'm saying? Clapper's gonna clap. You know, that's all he do. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Wow.
You're gonna do it right.
Okay, before everybody gets the panties in a bunch, let me explain something to you here. We here are strictly prohibited network. The name is the name for a reason. It's because we say what everyone else is afraid to fucking say. We're gonna tell you the truth, raw, real, and uncut. We are true fans of our teams. We ain't got no bias. We're gonna call it like it is. If we suck, we say we suck. If we good, we say we good. But we ain't gonna go in there and talk about Super Bowl every fucking year. So if you see Cowboys and you think they just gonna talk about the Super Bowl, I got another thing for you.
Not these two. Boom told me this is exactly what he said to me when I said you guys have a Super Bowl team. He said, Mike.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
That's what he did to me.
Yeah, we do.
That's what he said to me. So yeah.
We don't. Our son just laughed when you said Super Bowl team.
Hey, come on now. You got my nephew back there laughing at us, bro. That's fucked up, yo.
Hey,
That's
before
fucked up.
we carry on, we want to give a shout out to Rokon Smith and Wilson.
Wilson.
And the players that got hurt. You know, we hope y'all okay, come back stronger. But
is Rokon out for the season?
The coach said he came out and said it was bad.
That's the last thing I heard.
But I don't know. In the game they didn't even say what was wrong. So
all I heard was bad. But then I know Wilson is done for the season.
Yeah,
our wide receiver, he's done for the season.
Yeah, he's gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks with the sprain.
And we ain't got 4 to 6 weeks even projected and earned.
Yeah. So to all the players that got hurt and left the game, wish y'all the best and come back stronger. We hope you're okay. See y'all next week. But back to this fucking mess.
Can I say something?
Of course.
My Zeke got 1,000 yards.
Whatever.
Shut up. You heard. Somebody mute her. We ain't got time for this.
You could have just kept that to yourself.
So I made a bold prediction that he would not get to 1,000 yards. So I had to throw that out there. But no, Dak did reach his 4,000 yard season. That was my bold prediction. But now they're saying that he has a sprain. His hand is sprained. And my thing is right here, right now, what could possibly happen is if he can't play, it's Cooper Rush time. And there are so many people in Cowboy Nation that think Cooper Rush is better than Dakota. Are we on Dakota? Are we back on Dakota, Dre? Is that his full name today? Are we on Dakota? Dakota Rain? I think we're on Dakota.
No. Come on, Dre. What's his name this week, Dre? What's his name now? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dre, a.k.a. one of the Red Cup Rants. He is the name genius. So what is Dakota's name today, Dre?
Yeah, I think we're on Dakota.
But Bakari Williams says, sorry to tweet y'all's horn, but Dak isn't a great QB. I never fucking said he was.
He's average.
Oh, no. We never said Dak was a good QB.
No, he's not great. He's average.
I'm sorry that you have never heard me talk about Dak.
Come watch our show.
But
yeah, you might want to come watch the show.
Go on YouTube and you'll find this channel and go to the preseason games and listen to what I say about this fucking.
He's average.
He is not a great QB. I have never said it.
Yeah,
he's only good. He's only good if he uses his legs. Yep. But other than that, no, because he has no pocket presence. He'll spin around. He'll spin trying to get out of fucking pressure, but walk right into fucking pressure.
Like a goddamn ballerina.
That I saw where he had the ball, looked right, saw the pressure come from the left, bends to the left, and he's going backwards throwing the ball.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I saw that one. I said, "What the bloody hell!" Like, oh man, I screamed out loud. I said, "What the hell?"
No.
Like,
we'll take them.
Yo.
Hold on. Let me answer that one. I've been asking for Matt Ryan for some years now.
No.
Whoa, here we go.
No, we're not doing that, sister.
Put your comments. Somebody just asked if we think he's worth. And I will say this because your fan base does not realize what kind of quarterback they have. He is majority the most consistent fucking QB that you have in this league. We have somebody that can't even look
Falcons. You hear that, Falcons?
I'm a Cowboys fan, so do I think he's better than Matt Ryan? Hell no. But what if your fan base is willing to bring him over here to Dallas? I will make him cookies. I will make him cakes. I will bake for him everything he wants because I appreciate when I see a good QB and he get underappreciated.
I mean, when the quarterback is in the top 10 of all the QB stats in history,
I'm sorry.
That's kind of not overrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I hate my fucking fan base. Let me just say that.
I just want to see because they swear our QB is trash.
Nope.
When you say they,
It's her
those are the delusional Cowboy fans, and those are your fucking fake ass Atlanta fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Exactly. See, you hear this? This is not coming from me, people. This is not coming from Mike. This is coming from Dallas Cowboy fans.
I defend him.
this, I mean, you can't have look at what happened with Andrew Luck in Indy.
Woo.
You can't have no line,
boy.
you quarterback, and then don't give him no fucking protection. He had how many injuries in the last 3 years?
I think like
The biggest
9.
one, he had the lacerated kidney.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
If they don't get shot,
And the GM is still there, is he not?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The GM is still there.
if
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson don't get a line, he gonna be right behind.
We are blessed Falcons fans that still have Matt Ryan walking upright. Okay, we are blessed to still have him, but this man.
Let's be completely honest. Matt Ryan's missed 2 games in his entire career.
I'll take that.
And those 2
Do
games.
you know how many times Matt Ryan has been on his ass his entire career? He's been on his ass more than he's been on his feet. But people bitch about Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan don't catch. Matt Ryan don't run. Matt Ryan don't tackle. His job is to throw the goddamn ball and read the fucking defense. But it's Matt Ryan's job that the defense can't hold fucking water. I love my goddamn team. I love them. But it's not Matt Ryan's fault we lose.
No.
You want to blame somebody? Go to goddamn Flowery Branch, knock on Thomas Dimitrov's door, pack his bags, and kick him the fuck out so we can build. Until then,
Bam.
shut the fuck
Hey, that didn't come from Mount Mike. This came from Texas.
After y'all do that, can y'all come to Dallas and pack up some shit here?
That means I got to take a knee to his old a hammer to his old knees, and
Yeah, that's fine.
Jerry's like God there, so
People want him gone. We accidentally found a website for him to be fired.
Can't fire him from the team he owns.
Exactly, but there's a website out there for that. But like I said, our going back to the Cowboys, our defense, even though he's trashing the defense, no one got 100 yards from their wide receivers, even their running backs. And I understand he's dogging them, but I'm going to look from the other side like I do on the show. Yes, I get what you're saying, and it's great, and I understand that this defense is not the defense that we all thought that this defense would be. But even when I said when we played the Patriots, the only person that killed us on that team was actually Tom Brady. And he still looked bad. This week, it made Mitch look good. It was still Mitch that looked no one else. That tight end, what was it? You just took me off the top. No, how many yards he had? Like 80? That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, 56.
No, he had 56. That's the highest receiving yards was 56. Go up, and what was the running back was 86. Montgomery had 86.
Bears box
He had
scores.
60. But I'm saying no one broke 100 yards. So our defense is still there, but they're not playing to the full potential that they need to be. I think, personally, they quit. I think they're going to get
I
by.
agree. I agree, LaDonna. I think they quit on Garrett. I think they quit on Garrett a long time ago.
Yeah, I think they quit a couple weeks ago. They are not playing like they should be playing.
And I was just looking at, just for my curiosity, because I've been trashing this defense since preseason.
Yeah, he has.
Yep.
It's on video.
And also,
we got it. I'll share it in my community tab so you guys can check it out for yourself, man.
And want to check the productivity of the man that we signed on the defensive line named DeMarcus Lawrence. He has 5 sacks for the whole.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How much? 20 million?
All right.
Dallas's defense is average without Vander, without Country Strong. Okay, well, yeah.
And then for the regular season, he has 41 total tackles.
Wow.
Wait, 41?
Wow.
41.
I can go trip somebody with my with my giant foot or elbow somebody to get 41 tackles. I'm just saying.
Yo, man.
All you gotta do is get in the way to get 41 tackles.
I'm trying to figure out how does a defensive end who's making $20 million a year has five? How many sacks on the year?
Who? D-Law?
$5.
Yeah, you know.
$5 foot long.
Wow, are you serious? Wow. See, people, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We give Vic Beasley so much hell about $12-13 million. And this
we got people making exponentially amount more than that and doing worse. But Vic's the problem. Vic's the problem.
Now let me put that in perspective. Yeah, five. I say he has 5 sacks. And how many tackles? 41
tackles on the year. 38.
41. Okay. Now let me put that in perspective. Aaron Donald, who we all know gets double teamed on the regular.
Damn near every play.
In, week out. Does he not?
Yep.
He has 38 total tackles. 9.5 sacks.
And that's coming from a defensive tackle who they scheme every single play.
Exactly.
Every single play.
Exactly.
They scheme to stop him every single play.
Center of the O-line
Like me and home are like
is getting 38 tackles on the year so far and 9.5 sacks.
He's making
and like you
25 solo tackles. Now let me go back to D-Law.
I got him.
My boy, and he's making that because I defend him so much. I can't keep defending him when he's doing nothing.
Bro, you're talking about 5 sacks. Vic has that already, and he's
28 solo tackles, 13 assisted tackles.
So the same number of solo, but the numbers are almost identical on the tackles, right?
Yeah.
But we all know Aaron Donald gets schemed against. Hey, we're double teaming this guy right here.
Right.
We're not going this way. We're double teaming that way.
And the other difference is
9.5 sacks.
Right. And the other difference is Aaron Donald's a defensive tackle. He's in the middle of the D line. D-Law's on the end.
It's easier to scheme a defensive tackle than it is to
right, especially up the middle. I can block you with a center and a guard.
Next number.
Chip your ass.
Chip your ass. How do you
go now? The team that we played last night, who's their biggest weapon on the defense? Khalil Mack, right?
Yeah, back to Mack, baby.
For the year, he has 41 tackles, 7.5 sacks.
This number ain't looking that very good.
Ain't he a linebacker?
36 solo tackles.
I'm about to say, ain't he a linebacker though?
Linebacker that comes off the edge.
Yeah, that's right. 3-4. That's right. That's right.
But he had 7.5 tackles and 36 solo. Now, when I heard that we signed this man to that much, I said, why? Because if you go back to last year, because last year that was his audition, right? The previous years, he was hurt, wasn't playing much. So last year was a full season that he played and was his audition. The first 6 games, he had like 6-7 sacks, and then he disappeared. And then he disappeared. And then after I think it was like a 4-game span before he got another sack again.
I don't.
I can't defend him because, like, that's my homeboy. He's making, me.
I mean,
I defend him on my show weekly, and I can't even defend him right now because his numbers look.
We're talking about a guy that's getting $20 million a year. Like, just that right there, like, you have to make an impact for your defense. There's no reason for a guy that is making that amount of money to not at least affect the play. on almost every single down. You force teams to triple you. Like I've seen plays where teams have triple team Grady Jarrett, triple team Aaron Donald. Like Grady Jarrett is a guy. He's not going to get you sack numbers, but he's going to affect the play.
He's going to disrupt the backfield.
He's going to disrupt the backfield. So for a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence, I honestly I expected much more out of it. And this is one of the reasons why I said, the Cowboys had. If you just look at that team, their roster,
they got a Super Bowl roster and
they got a Super Bowl roster
and a Pop Warner head coach. I mean, let's be real.
Like watching the game last night, I'm wondering how the hell did we beat Miami Dolphins?
Because Miami didn't want it.
Because I mean, the first half of that game, we were fucking down, weren't we? Mm-hmm. We were down 10-6, 10-7.
I think Tank 2020 had already started from Miami. They were just like, wait, what are we doing? We're supposed to be losing. That's right, we're supposed to be losing.
So like, and I see the comments that the people are putting in there. What if he leaves, he gets into a right scheme, he'll play better. That's fine, but he was playing good the first half of the season last year.
Yeah,
and then he's fine.
I
Yep.
want to ask this question.
I have all of DeMarcus Lawrence's stats up.
Yeah.
Another problem with DeMarcus Lawrence right now is, you know how many passes he's defended all year?
2.
The same amount of passes I've defended all year.
Oh,
0.
I knew it was low.
Wow.
He's forced 2 fumbles.
Yeah,
I can force 2 fumbles. Aaron Donald.
Wow.
No. I'm sorry. Khalil Mack has defended 4 and forced 5 fumbles.
but I'm gonna change the subject on this because I know we're gonna move on to Atlanta. But this because everybody, the person that gets blamed is the quarterback, like we just talked about, and this is Dakota's year. Dakota Rain's here to get paid.
He messed that up already.
Well, do you think Jerry will lowball him?
No, because Jerry's dumb.
No, what I really think they're gonna do, they're gonna put a franchise tag on him.
Yep, they're gonna have to.
They're gonna franchise tag him because as long as GM is still that old
Jerry,
guy,
it's still Jerry. So
looking like the Six Flags man, there is no quarterback out there that in the right mind that wants to come over here. That with him as a GM, that's going to be picking head coach that will be a yes sir, no.
Woo,
That's why Jimmy Johnson left because he said, "All right, I give you full control. You did all this. Now I'm taking it back." Woo. Jimmy said, "Fuck you."
Yep.
Woo.
And next year they didn't go to the Super Bowl. Got Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer took Jimmy's team to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just like Steve Kerr and the Warriors.
That's all he wants. He just wants a yes man. He wants a yes man that he can control and make him his puppet. That's what he wants. But until he does not give up that reins as GM,
he ain't gonna do that till he's dead, and he's probably gonna be in his will.
Because we've been asking for it since the 2000s.
It's gonna be in his will. He ain't giving.
We've been asking for it since the first 5 years after we didn't make the playoffs after '99. That's what we were asking for. Hey, we need a fucking real GM now. Now we need a GM that will bring in
yes, sir.
staff that will coach these players. We don't need a controller. We don't need someone who's just going to maintain. No, we need someone who's going to fucking push these players. And I've been saying this for at least a decade. Before I ever met her, I've been saying this. We don't have discipline. We don't have.
Right.
We don't have none of that. They get the star on the side of the helmet. They think, oh, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And all the players that have come here basically have to approve them that. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Anton Woods, what the fuck are you thinking, man?
Yo,
If you don't live in Dallas area, you don't know. You might. Every city has this principality that you have to drive perfectly in that area, or you're going to get pulled over for the littlest things: not having your blinker on, not merging correctly to the, having your blinker on to the right line. You have to be perfect. Where he lives is that city. They will pull you over for the littlest thing. So you're speeding in this city. This is the same city that Terrence Williams got into an accident and jumped on the bike and came back to the accident scene to act like he wasn't same city. Because now all of them live over there now, because that's where the practice stadium is. It's in Frisco, Texas. So now, besides that, your dumbass is smoking a joint. And you throw it in a water bottle. Oh, he can't see through the water. A water bottle. You make joints in floating water. No. And then on top of that, you had 2 to 4 ounces of weed on you. Bruh. You just got signed.
Man,
You just
y'all sound worse than us. Y'all team sound worse. I thought we was bad. But Jesus. Woo.
well,
we just signed you, bro, to a 1-year deal in August. So, and this is his first time getting in trouble, because I had to look it up because me and my mom were curious. This was his first time, but it's not looking good.
Yep.
It's not looking good. But let's move on, because I know everybody on here wants to talk about another team. And that's your team. That's that red and black team. And
talk about the red and black, the red, white, and black. That's what y'all want to talk about.
Well,
I am happy for y'all.
Since it's that time. Since it's that time, and since you love my quarterback so much,
fantasy.
Let's talk about.
She still not getting them. She
ain't getting a quarterback. Let's talk about the Falcons and their woes. We came back after the break. We was doing great, hitting them in the mouth, body blows, bang, 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 and then all of a sudden it was just like, ha! Mike,
let me know so I can drink. That's all I'm asking.
Mike.
If you need to spit on the camera,
please tell the world what's going on with our boys, Dre. This is us, partner.
I want to see what Dre. Let me see what Dre. I do enough talking on this damn show. All right, let Dre talk. All right, let Dre do his thing.
It's
a Dre day, man.
Creep on up to the mic, Dre.
I already know how I feel about it, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I told y'all when we beat New Orleans in New Orleans, I was like, it is what it is. Shit happens. And then we beat Carolina the same way, and then it was like, all right. But Dex and Mike, I told you that it was all a facade to me, because we still had issues, a lot of issues. So I didn't really take it to. I mean, it was good feeling for to beat 2 rivals in a row. That's cool, but I didn't really take into context. I was more upset the fact that they should have played like this the whole season. So I didn't really get too excited. I mean, yeah, we beat New Orleans in New Orleans. That was just bragging rights, because everybody had us written off losing that game, but. Then we beat Carolina on the road. We beat, 2 teams on the road. That's cool. But then we get back to Atlanta, and then it's back status quo pretty much. People not tackling. Matt Ryan running for his life, getting beat up. Running game's not good. Julio's Julio, you know what I'm saying? But it's pretty much the same stuff we've seen weeks 1 through 7. So I don't know where to start. I mean, I asked you guys because you're more, me, I'm more like fire everybody. But I know that's not the case, because it's not that easy. That's why I said, as much as I give Dan Quinn a lot of crap about his decisions, I didn't expect him to be fired at the end of the season. And the fact of the matter is that we have a lot more issues than just coaching, whether it be personnel or personnel decisions. Dimitrov, both of our lines, offense and defensive lines, are trash right now. I mean, Grady Jarrett's playing his ass off, but it seems like he has no help. I mean, I give credit to Vic Beasley. You know, he's been scrutinized a lot, myself included, but he has made some plays. But considering the fact he's making $12 million this season, I expect him to do more. Pat McKinley, when he's healthy, he's a force, but he can't stay healthy. We lost Kanal Neal, who's basically our rock in the back end. Ricardo Allen can make some plays, but then sometimes he acts like Deku sometimes. Trufant, what can I say about Trufant? I'm having a pretty decent year, but
you brought up Deku.
Really? He brought up the can't. The can't cover. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
What you talking about? The can't cover. The can't do shit. That's what his name is.
I was going to say, I'm surprised earlier he even mentioned his name because every time his name gets brought up, there's curse words all over our chat.
I just look at the fact that some of the stuff that he's done that's why I said that, because it's been some times where he make a good play, and then there's other times where I'm like, is that the camp back there?
What are you doing? Right.
What are you doing? And then, I mean, Isaiah Oliver, I give him a pass because he's a rookie. He's been up and down this season. Trufant, he's having a decent season this year, so I'm not really going to harp on him too much. But it's got to start somewhere, and you guys have more knowledge than me. You know me, I can tend to be emotional at times, especially when it comes to my team. So, honestly, I don't know where to start. Arthur Blank really has to look himself in the mirror, considering the fact he built the stadium for this purpose, for us to win Super Bowls, and it's not working right now. I mean, I see people right now selling their PSLs. Like, I got 2 cheap tickets to very good seats to the Jaguars Falcons game. I paid $40, and they were pretty good seats. So that tells you how the pulse of the city is right now as far as the Falcons. I mean, I don't know where to start. Honestly, it's more like
I'll say this.
I really
let him go.
Say this, and then I'm gonna let you speak.
Let him go.
Arthur Blank has to look in the mirror and figure out where to go, where to start. That's all he needs to do. I'm not the owner. I don't sign the checks. I'm just a fan like everybody else. That's why I made that post about super fans. There's no super fan account I know of. So I need for them to get it together, because Matt Ryan and Julio's not getting any younger. Matt Ryan's about to be, 34, 35?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Tom Brady and Drew Brees are kind of fighting off all the time, but you can see they starting to decline too. So even Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, he's starting to decline a little bit as well.
Unfortunately, they ain't been toe tagged like Matt either, though. So
they haven't, but I've seen Aaron Rodgers get toe tagged. You saw the Niners game where he was.
And the Niners, Woo.
And you saw what we did to Drew Brees in New Orleans. So not every quarterback is bulletproof. I mean, you see all these quarterbacks now. They talk about these wave quarterbacks. Not every quarterback is bulletproof. I mean, look at Phillip Rivers. He basically fell all the way off.
Right?
Shit, they did to 49ers did to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, 49ers did to Aaron Rodgers. You saw how the Niners and the Ravens was playing their quarterback. You saw that. So it has to start.
Joey Fluco.
He's out with the season. So I mean, he fell off. I mean, it's all the way down. I mean, so it has to start somewhere. Like I said, you guys probably have more insight than me, so I'm gonna let y'all have it. But y'all know my feelings.
Yep.
Fire everybody.
Can I ask y'all a question? Because I think I've asked that before, and I want to ask other Falcons fans, why, when Smith was playing, because I know he went on the IR, but I asked y'all this, why does it look when he and Freeman are playing, Smith looks like he's hungrier than Devontae Freeman when they're out there playing?
Honestly, I think honestly, me personally, I think that, and this is probably just my observation, and Mike can correct me on this when I say this. I don't think Freeman was fully healthy. I don't think he was. He wants to play. I give him that. He wants to play. But to me, honestly, he doesn't look like the 2016 version. No. And plus, he had a lot of injuries, so he just didn't look healthy to me.
Well, early in the season, he was not the same Freeman. Anytime anyone that knows who's had a concussion knows it takes you at least 2 to 3 months, if not longer, to kind of recover from that.
Yeah,
I've had several concussions, and it takes a while for you to get. It's more your mental than anything. It's not his physically. He was old.
Yeah.
Physically, he was right. But if you guys can check out the video on the Atlanta Falcons, that's Ken John Bonner. It was a
Kenyon?
mic'd up section.
Yeah,
Ken
yeah,
John
yeah,
Bonner.
yeah. Yeah, when he's like,
He
that's the
said,
old free I like to see. Right,
that's
right,
the free that I
right.
want to see. That's the
Mhm.
free that I want to see. And that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's nothing wrong with Freeman. But
Um,
I don't think right now, the way the team is sitting right now, I just don't see the Atlanta Falcons can afford to keep Freeman. So
we're
when
not.
it all come down to it, man, changes will be made,
Yeah.
but these changes have nothing to do with the player itself. It's the state of organization
Yeah,
because
this is business
Thomas
moves this year.
Dimitrov has made a lot of bad moves, horrible decisions. I mean,
Yeah.
horrible decisions. Okay, my boy Pat. Oh my God, Don, Dan. We do hours on hours on hours of just watching and breaking out statistical. Like, guys, I'm going to show it to you guys after the show. Just a list of guys Thomas Dimitrov has failed on, and it's just not the draft. It's really not just the draft. Free agency, it has been absolutely horrid. You're
He's
talking
Mike, you
about some
talk.
Michael Myers. You're
like
talking about Michael Myers cutting off your head type horror. This is
Mike, you talking about that list you
absolutely
sent me, bro?
it was the it
bro,
was
yes,
Yeah.
that list.
that's
That
the,
list.
That list was
Oh, okay.
absolute-
that's the thing.
Well,
he's
that's
done
the
nothing right.
That's the
He's
thing.
done close to nothing right.
That's the thing.
It's literally Grady Jarrett, and that's it. That's
And
all.
and
Debo.
and
Debo.
Debo,
Debo.
Debo.
Debo too. But you gotta look at it. That's why I said, Dimitrov has, for the record, he has pulled off a lot of decent trades. We got Julio. We got we got a steal with Debo, and Greg Jarrett's a definite steal because he was a 5th round pick. But he has made some questionable moves too. I mean, he still got.
do I still have that list? Let me check.
They,
Let me check, see if I got that list for y'all.
I just read what Anthony said, and I agree with him.
They drafted Sam Baker, who I thought was questionable because he wasn't that good in college. I don't know why they drafted him so high in the first round. Jalen Collins, I gave him. I held out for him a little bit, but then he couldn't stay off the PED, so I pretty much kicked him to the curb. Thomas DePlant was one, and then you talk about the free agency. I mean, look, when they got Ray Edwards, I was like, well, who is this guy? Like, this dude was total trash. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as Freeman is concerned, they should have made that trade with Detroit and unloaded that money, because if you look at it next year, the Falcons are not going to have any money to spend on free agency, even if we wanted players to come, because we're not going to be able to afford these players. And I know somebody said we should draft Chase Young. Yeah, we should, but he's going to be gone. He's a top 5 pick. He's going to be gone. Another guy I looked at as a backup, if he's still there, is Derrick Brown from Auburn. He needs to be. I think him side.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a lovely that'd be a nice pick.
I think him side by side with Grady Jarrett would really help out. And I need.
That would be a nasty tandem.
It is, because I seen what he did when he played against us. That guy's a one-man wrecking crew. He's not quite there now. More like a Vince Wilfork from New England. He's kind of like that. He's a run stuffer, but he can get to the quarterback as well. If you pair him with Grady Jarrett, and if Tack stays healthy,
that'd be nasty.
And then I don't know what they're gonna do with Vic. Maybe they'll free up Vic if he stays. I doubt he does, because we probably won't be able to afford him. And then the Falcons have him. Also, but there's a lot of linebackers and defensive ends and tackles in the draft that we can get. It just depends on who's going to be, because at this time, Dimitrov, I'm kind of skeptical, because me and Dak talked about it plenty of times. There have been times where I wanted him to draft a certain player, and he went and drafted somebody else.
And then he proved us right.
Have I been wrong on a couple picks? Yeah. I mean, Kanal Neal I thought was a reach, but he shut me up.
But the others, you usually are spot on, Dre. You usually spot on.
And I said the same thing about Julio. We gave up the form to get Julio, but he shut me up too, because now he's probably the best receiver in football. I mean, everybody talks about Michael Thomas, but we already talked about how he's in a great system, and that's why he's doing them numbers. Yeah. Julio is a beast. And
Julio is our system.
He's our system, you know what I'm saying? So I think we have to take an air of caution to this draft. I know, like I said, I think Chase Young. I'm kind of 50-50 on him because to me, he's a boom or bust prospect. He could be great, but then again, he could be a terrible player as well. Because the NFL and college football, the lines are totally different. You're going against experienced guys. So he's boom or bust. So if it was up to me, if I had a choice and Chase Young's off the board, I would definitely go get Derrick Brown from Auburn.
I like that. One more thing on the Devonta Freeman situation. Yes, Ito did have more fire. He had a lot more dog in him when it came to hitting that hole. The thing with Free, go look up the Paul George situation. When he blew that whole leg when it went in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And how it took him almost what year was that? 2015, 2016? It's 2019 now. And he's just now mentally where he needs to be. Because as soon as you cut, as soon as you do what you need to do, that fear kicks in. Because it happened to me in the military. That fear, you start hearing things, you start seeing things. That fear kicks in. You're like, nah, I ain't going through that again. I think not. Free don't want it no more. As Joe B said, concussions will sap the football out of you. And it did. It did. Now, there's a whole lot of comments that we got going on up in here. I want to address them, but there's a whole lot.
Before we get to that, I want to say that
this just in, named to the NFL top 100 list.
Bakari said Bakari wants to know about the national championship. We'll get to that later. That's
we about to cover that.
We're getting to that. We definitely getting to that.
We have a Falcon as an NFL top 100 all-timer.
The greatest quarterback. The greatest
Dre?
And
Dre, ain't that your favorite player?
And what other team?
The greatest cornerback of all
What
time.
other team?
Man, we ain't worried about y'all.
What ring did he win it with? Because it wasn't just
Ring.
Oh.
Okay, let me.
Nah. I'm sorry. Dion is Mr. Who? Mr. Atlanta, right? Mr. Atlanta, right?
I swear to him, Dallas.
Mr. Atlanta, right?
That man was with
Mr.
your team,
Atlanta,
what, 1 year,
right?
2 years?
I will say this.
What jersey he wearing in the fame?
Yes, he won his championships in San Francisco and Dallas, but Dion is more than just a football player to the city of Atlanta.
Of course, yeah.
He's more than a football player. He's the reason why he brought the swagger to Atlanta. Because, we had Dominique, but Dominique was more of the professional.
Can you
Dominique.
do the dance for me?
No, I can't.
Why are you trying to break my brother, LaDonna? What's wrong with you, yo?
Everybody knows it.
Nah. Now we old. Now.
I will say this about it. Dion revitalized that city. Because, we had Dominique, but our Falcons team, we were good, but we were playing in the same division in San Francisco. And we were basically whipping boys for the rest of, until we moved to the South. But when we drafted Dion, that's when I started following football. I saw him at Florida State. He was the reason why a lot of people like myself that look like me, I'm saying a bunch of black kids wanted to play football. That was the reason why I wanted to play cornerback in middle school and high school, because I wanted to be like Dion.
Exactly.
Didn't want to be
Dome is the house that Prime built.
Right. I wasn't prime time. I was more sometime, because sometimes I would miss the ball. So that's why I would call sometime. But he's the reason why cornerbacks are getting paid all this money, because before Dion came to the NFL, cornerbacks weren't getting paid that much.
Yep.
Now you see these people out here shelling out $50, $60, $70 million for these shutdown cornerbacks. They need to send a portion of their check to Dion, because Dion coined the phrase shutdown cornerback. So
show me the money.
You got people see something else people forget. Prime changed Atlanta in 2 sports. He could have did 3, but he changed Atlanta in 2 sports. Yeah. Prime is the reason why the chop is the chop for the Braves. People forget that. Prime is the reason why the primetime show, the shuffle, the dance, why cornerbacks are loved now in Atlanta is because of Prime. If you come in any stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, if you see 2-1, they think Deion Sanders first.
Every kid that I knew growing up wanted a Deion.
We did the shuffle.
We did the shuffle. We had the gloves. We had the towel on our waist. All that stuff. That why you think I had to beg my mom to get his shoes? I wanted them diamond first bag.
Yes, sir. You know what? Yes, sir.
You know what? I definitely had.
I
had to get me a pair. I had to get a pair.
I had every color because I was. Plus, on top of that, they were very comfortable to play while you were playing ball, especially.
Oh yes,
Man,
yeah.
who you talking about?
Which brings me back. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna come back there, but that brings me back to Devontae. I think the reason why Devontae doesn't run like he used to because he has had a lot of lower body.
Yeah. I think he's at what 2 or 3?
Yeah, and I think he had the foot problem too. So as a football player that's played football, you need a low body to play.
Yeah.
I put my kneecap a couple times playing football, and they'll say you're 100%, but when you make a certain cut and you feel that pain,
you ain't 100%.
When I broke my toe, I thought my life was over. Okay, breaking a toe.
Who you telling?
It's like I said, especially when you're a cornerback or a safety, you have to use your toes to cut and drive.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I gotta give a shout out to my big man Papa. He's checked in. He said his first play in the NFL was a punt return. That's when I fell in love with Deion. That's when I knew he was going to be a special player. And he hit a home run in that same week. So shout out to Papa for bringing up that stat. And he's the only man to play a full-time NFL game and a baseball game in the same day. So
yes, sir.
For both Atlanta teams.
So when it comes down to a true athlete, I got him number 2 behind Bo. Bo is number 1.
Yeah.
Man,
I saw Cody's comments. He said Deion's been hating on y'all team lately. No, he's not been hating. He's just been telling y'all. He's just telling the truth because
like how me and her speak the truth about the Cowboys.
Hey, that's not hate. That's truth. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Can't sugarcoat anything. No,
it's like that. It's like that.
That's what it is.
The difference between hate and truth is hate is saying Matt Ryan is the reason why we lose.
Yeah,
that's hate.
That's hate.
Truth is the defense sucks, so that's the reason why we lose.
Man, my only thing, Deion.
So Deion,
I want him to be more on board with the Atlanta Falcons all the time, and that's just selfish coming from me. But a lot of Falcons fans will not be.
But the rumor is
honest with that. But like you said, it's the truth. Can't get mad at it.
Well, Deion on Twitter is all Falcons all the time. He gets in people's asses. But when he's on the camera, he does his job. He tries to be unbiased on camera.
That's the thing with that. And then there's a rumor going out there that Deion might be Florida State's next head coach too.
I heard that shut down immediately. He's not leaving the high school here that he coaches.
You're gonna have to show him the money if you want him in Florida State. That's not happening, bro. You're not getting Deion off TV. Okay, I'm sorry, you're not getting Deion off TV. That ain't happening.
They're gonna need Florida State gonna need a lot more than Deion being head coach. So I mean, they got problems.
Well, since y'all mentioned Florida State, that's a nice segue. So let's go ahead and slide on over there to the college football playoffs where Florida State won't be there for a long time. What's your thoughts?
Well, right now there's a game going on right now. Utah and Oregon's playing right now. I think it's last I checked, it was 7-0.
Espen.
I think he's about to check, but I think it was 7-0 right now.
It's 10-0 Oregon right now. 30 seconds
now.
left in the first. Yep. And Oregon's got the ball and driving. Oh.
So I mean, as far as the college football playoff, everybody knows what it is. We all know that Alabama won't be there, so I think everybody can enjoy. But I can't. I can't talk too much.
It's all dogs up in here.
We have a big on. That's pretty much our de facto playoff game.
Because I already know you can.
Let me say this. I want to say this real quick, man. Fuck that. I'm not clearing shit up, right? Look, I'm not clearing the damn thing up. Just don't fuck shit up. That's all I ask. All right, just don't fuck shit up.
Oh, there he goes.
I don't.
I mean, I'll say it like this. This is what I'm gonna say. All I want from him to do is do what he did when he went against Alabama twice. That's all I want him to do. What he did against Oklahoma. That's all I want him to do. But I'm not gonna put all of this on Fromm. I need Coley and Kirby to have a come to Jesus meeting because our offense shouldn't look like that. Fromm has regressed. We can't. Our receivers can't get separation. I mean, we can't just put everything on our defense, which is
call a defense. We can't call a decent passing game. Like I don't know what the hell.
We're not using our tight ends. We're not using the running backs. It's not what we did.
We haven't used tight ends in 3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
And we haven't
had
pretty good ones. I mean, that's LSU's weakness is that defense can't cover tight ends, athletic tight ends.
Yeah, because Isaac Nada would have been a monster here.
Right.
He should have been a damn.
Mm-hmm.
I hate agreeing with Duke, but
because he was a senior. They always start throwing the tight ends because they're seniors. If they're not seniors, they won't throw to the tight ends.
Right. But Nada was an athletic specimen, and I wish he would have stayed because he would have been a big help in this game this tomorrow. The thing I'll say like this is that,
and Coley Paul Coley Paul in the chat, he says that the fake punt did not help Georgia either. Man, that's not even get started on that fake punt.
That's I kind of agree with what Kirby was doing, but at the same time, it looked very questionable because he just looked at the fact that our defense was tired. Alabama was going to score anyway, but it didn't matter if they was at the 10 or the 50, they was going to score. Did I agree with him? No. But we all knew what it was. I mean, I said the writing was on the wall. If we didn't put them away in the third quarter, they would come back, and they did. So, hindsight is 20 on that. Now, as far as tomorrow, we all know LSU's offense is great. It's a good offense. But I've seen them struggle against good defensive teams. You look at Auburn, and I've seen them have to outscore people to win. I mean, they talk about how. I mean, people talk about they haven't played a good offense. I mean, LSU, they let Vanderbilt put up 38, and we shut them down. We held them to 6. So I mean. And you look at the 4 common opponents that we played, which is A&M, Florida, Vanderbilt, and who's the other team? There was another Auburn. Georgia has held both of them to below 20. I remember Florida putting up 28 on LSU. I remember Vanderbilt, who we shut down at 6, they put up 38. A&M, they held to 7, which was good. Auburn held them to 23. So
what about Notre Dame?
Oh, no, they didn't play Notre Dame. I'm talking about the opponents that we played. Yeah. As far as
okay.
That's something that the people underestimate a lot. Georgia's defense has not given up what I think we've given up maybe one rushing touchdown all year.
Yeah,
one.
That was against Auburn.
One.
That was Auburn. So do I think Georgia has the capability to shut down LSU's offense? Absolutely, but that's not what we're looking at. Also,
Georgia's defense has not given up points on the first drive of the game.
Period. Right. But that's not – see, with me, that's not how Georgia's going to win this game. Georgia's going to have to win this game on the offensive side. Everybody knows defense is going to be great.
Well, we got a stable of running backs, and I got a feeling that Zeus is about to show his ass.
But we going to need more than running the ball. Jake Fromm and Coley and Kirby need to sit down and have a come-to-Jesus meeting, and they need to figure out how –
Yeah, I agree.
Because if Jake Fromm doesn't throw the ball and stretch this LSU offense, they're just going to stack the box. And that's not my favorite, because if Georgia does these 3 and outs, you keep giving LSU the ball. The object of the game is basically to play keep away from that offense. Is basically grind it out. But we get several 3 and outs, we're not going to win this game. We're not going to win this game. The object is to keep the ball away from Joe Burrow enough and us to make plays.
Let me ask you a question. Question for both of you guys.
What's up?
Swift is questionable with a shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm.
Who steps up at the running back?
Zeus going to have to step up.
Zeus and Harrion. Harrion's a senior, and every time Harrion spells when he spells the Philly Bully, you can see it. The change, the pace of the offense doesn't change.
He's a very underrated player. Like this man,
he might not be full power like Swift. He might not truck somebody, but he'll get around you with quickness.
I agree. That man can be powerful if he wants to. I've seen him run over a couple.
Yeah. I've seen him run over people, but most of the time he'll get by you, and you just be like, "What?
But
How the hell did he get?" Yeah.
If he has to get greasy, he will get greasy. But it's not just Zeus and Swift. You still got Cook. You still got James Cook, who needs to be used a lot, especially if he can't run between the tackles, which I think he can.
I think Fromm is going to try to put the game on his back, and he might use his legs. He's been using his legs last couple of weeks.
That's why I said we need the Jake Fromm that played against Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl. We need that Jake Fromm that played against Alabama twice in the national championship and the SEC championship. And we need to use our stable of running backs. It's not just Zeus and Harry. You still got McIntosh back there, who's a freshman, who's rarely never been used. You got Cook back there. You got Zeus back there. So Swift can't be that 383 stroke motor that we need. You still got a bunch of horses back there. But like I said, them receivers got to play, man. They really got to play. Like, I don't know if it's Fromm holding on the ball too long trying to make a play, or he doesn't want to make the thing.
I have no idea what's the problem.
But
I'm seeing every aspect of passing game just it's a mess, man. I don't know.
There's no real chemistry or trust between Zeus and the receivers.
It's either that or the receivers can't get separation, which is why I'm pissed off that Pickett's not playing because he doesn't play until the second half because
Pickens and the cat from Miami were the only two really getting separation.
Yeah, he went Thanos on that dude from Georgia Tech. He slammed.
I mean, he had it coming. But he shouldn't have done it. But.
I mean, yeah, I would have did the same thing, but at the same time,
that shit was funny as hell. I've never seen somebody run.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I gotta address something. Joe B, what was that about the hell with Georgia? What was that? Huh?
Oh no, he didn't.
We run the state, motherfucker.
He didn't say that, did he?
But like I said, you're playing in the biggest game of your career, going against a pretty good team because a lot of people already pretty much has wrapped this up that LSU is going to beat Georgia tomorrow. So if I'm Georgia, if I'm Kirby Smart and I'm Georgia, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. I come in there loose and just
house money.
Play
with house money.
Play how you play, and you're in Atlanta, which is about 80 miles from Athens. So it's
a home game.
It's a home game. But
and we're playing with house money. So
I'm gonna say this though. I did talk to my dad, and he said there's a lot of LSU fans in Atlanta today. So
yeah, because they never left.
They never left. All them New Orleans ain'ts. Take y'all back home. That's what y'all can do.
So, but as far as that goes, that's our de facto. That's our de facto playoff game right there. We win, we're in. We're not if we lose because regardless, in my opinion, regardless if LSU wins or loses tomorrow, they're still gonna go. This is Georgia. This is basically what it was last year with Alabama when we played Alabama. Win and we're in.
Win and we in.
Yeah.
So
and I think the committee is looking for a reason to put Bama back in.
Oh,
so if we lose, they'll find a way to slide them back in.
Bama won't get put in because for one, they're ranked too far. They're number 12. They're like number 12.
Yeah, we got teams with the undefeated record that are in the 20s. So ain't no telling with that committee.
If Oklahoma wins that Oklahoma Baylor, if Georgia loses tomorrow, the winner of the Oklahoma Baylor game, and if Utah loses tonight, which they are losing tonight, that fourth team will be the winner of Oklahoma and Baylor.
Go Baylor.
They better hope it's Baylor.
I don't.
We got a lot of crybabies in other divisions that are crying. Oh, SEC is not tough. We're tough too. All right, whatever, dog.
No.
Did you see that post? I guess Utah was saying that they should deserve that. They play defense better than 80% of the SEC, but right now they're down 10 points. So I wouldn't talk too much. That's why.
You playing defense, all right.
That's why
defensively catching these hands.
That's why I haven't. That's why I haven't said too much about. I hear the LSU fans talking. My dad's been blowing up my phone.
I was sure about to ask,
and I haven't said anything because I still got the ace in the hole where we beat New Orleans. Oh, he's trying to find tickets. Good luck to him because them tickets are very expensive. I think they're like $500.
Oh yes.
They're very expensive right now.
Yep.
So, but if somehow LSU loses tomorrow or they win, they're still going to be in regardless because they're not going to fall that far. Ohio State, they're going to definitely be in because I don't see Wisconsin beating them. Clemson, I mean, they got Virginia. Virginia might give them a run for the first quarter, but then they're going to
give them a run for all of 2 minutes. A whole 2 minutes.
And then on top of that, Alabama's not if Alabama does something miraculous, they're not even playing. So if the committee gets Alabama in there, they might as well just make it an 18 playoff. But my prediction is if Utah and Georgia lose tomorrow, it'll be the winner of Oklahoma and Baylor going to. They'll be that 4th seed.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
Cody
Well,
tripping.
Yeah, Mike. Your chat is your mad Mike. Your chat is wild, bro.
This dude said Buckeyes go to hoist the trophy. Okay, man.
Okay.
I can say this.
Okay.
I can say this about that. They
I was thinking about
Georgia
that.
fans are gonna riot if they do. Georgia fans will riot if he
You know
does.
what? I'm not gonna riot because Mike, you saw it, Dex, you saw it. I got into it with Duke about this, and I said nothing about Justin Fields. I want Justin Fields to succeed. If they do end up winning the national championship, more power to him. The man wants to play. He didn't want to sit behind mom. He wanted to play, which is why I was excited that he committed to Georgia. But then I started realizing
the Big 10,
Big 12, Big 10,
Big 12,
Big 10,
Big 10,
yeah.
Player of the Year,
offensive player of the year and player of the year. But I think Chase Young is going to win player of the year. I think
Player
that's
of the Year. Yeah.
Going to win player of the year. But I think between the 4 teams, well, depending on what happens Sunday with the selection. So, and this is just me being unbiased. I think right now, if it was to be the 4 teams, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson, I think Ohio State's the more balanced team out of all 4 because they can play both offense and defense. And Cody Paul is right. If the Buckeyes do hoist the trophy, I wouldn't be mad because to me, they've been the most balanced team.
The most consistent team. They've been the most consistent team.
I think even their closest win was against Penn State. They still beat them by 11 points. So, I mean, to me, honestly, would I like Georgia to be in the 14 playoff? Absolutely. But as an unbiased fan, I think Ohio State, they're the best right now in the country. And I'm gonna hear a lot of flack from LSU fans, and it's warranted because LSU has been putting up numbers. But when your defense gives up 38 points to Vanderbilt, and you let Ole Miss run for almost 400 yards plus and gain 700 yards plus, you're only good on one side of the ball. Your defense is not that great. I've seen Ohio State shut people down just strictly on defense. Chase Young by himself, that's Aaron Donald Jr. That man is
Thanos.
He's a one-man wrecking crew. Like, this man is unblockable. And if Georgia and Ohio State somehow play each other, I do want to see him go against Andrew Thomas, who I think is probably going to go off the board as the number 1 tackle in the draft. So I would love to see that. But to me, honestly, I think Ohio State has a very good shot at winning it all. And I would give props to Justin Fields and Mike and Ditch. You're absolutely right.
Oh, you already know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that.
They're going to say that should have been us. But I can't get mad because I'm not the coach. I'm not the player. I don't know what happened. But the man wanted.
Me neither.
He wanted to play.
And that's the truth. We don't either.
We don't.
Fans can say whatever they want, but we don't know the true situation.
The man he's good. I mean, if you're good and you feel that you're better than the quarterback and you don't win the job, you want to go somewhere. So I wasn't even mad about that at all. I mean, a lot of people go, "Oh, why did he transfer? The man wants to play." And right now, looking at the score right now, Oregon's up 17-0. So Utah might be in a little bit of trouble.
Ooh, talk all that is.
Okay. So you mentioned Ohio State a good little bit there.
Yeah.
There's a defensive end up in San Fran that played at Ohio State.
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa.
Yeah. And
last week, they played some boys out of B-more. You know, Jackson, right?
Action Jackson,
right?
Jackson.
Let's talk about Action Jackson and the boys, the Ravens being the Ravens, and the Niners radio commentator with the comments that he made, which he should have been punched in the head for. And begin.
I have nothing. So
I don't know. All I know is that he got a person got fired. I don't know what he said.
He basically said that the reason why he was so good at handoffs because his skin and his jersey matched.
The color of the ball.
Because the ball matched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on there, but it's a reason why. Because I mean, he did have a point. It's just the fact that how he said it. He could have worded it better.
Because his jersey was the black. They were wearing the black.
And it was raining. Too. I mean,
you can't say that though, dog.
But you can't just say
I'm with you.
That's why I said that he should have.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50. I was gonna make a video on it, but I was like, okay, I don't think he meant it the way that it.
That's why I
just
said
can't
to me
say that.
it came out wrong. To me,
the words that fumbled out. He fumbled pretty much. He
like you put it out there
Mm-hmm.
and take it back. So you got to be careful, especially if you're in that like we are. Like
you know,
Madonna has corrected us a lot when we said stuff out of line.
Oh yeah, boy.
I said
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
I called the guy from Toronto. I called him an insensitive name. So
I actually like that name.
So I mean, and then you know, I said, and it's like,
Dre, what name did you call him?
I called him Wakanda.
No. Y'all ain't about to get into it.
My man's. I forgot about my man's Wakanda. Yeah.
The thing about it was is that when I said it, you know, LaDonna was kind of like, yo, kind of ease up on that. And we can, you know, I can't say Mayo community either. I can't say
that's the one I told you.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Well, you borrowed Mayo community from the missus, so
no.
That's my fault.
I got Mayo community from Charlemagne. I got Caucasian cul-de-sac from.
That's right.
But
okay, sorry, people. The show may have just gone completely off the rails.
Being at that capacity, LaDonna has to correct all of it because we all said some stuff.
I said some stuff.
We all said some stuff. And being in the capacity where we are trying to get where the show is, some stuff. So I could kind of agree with what he was saying. I wasn't too mad about it, but I was just more disappointed at how it came out because it made it seem, especially in this cancel culture that we have today. I mean, people still upset about Michael Vick.
Bro, you call somebody baby, you just say your baby too black, your baby too light, your baby too this.
Right.
We gonna cover that later. We gonna cover that later.
So I mean, at that point, it's like we have to be careful what we say. That's why even myself, that's why I'm trying not to curse a lot. I'm trying to be more professional with this because y'all know how I get, especially when I get upset about stuff I talk about.
Oh yeah.
My mouth sounds like open night at the trap house. So I mean,
True.
So I'm gonna change the questions. I'm gonna because me and my sister were trying to talk about it today, and she's a Saints fan and she loves Lamar, just like I think every black person right now is rooting for Lamar. What words do you describe him?
As far as what?
I call him a beast, but then my sister's like, I don't know what type of word to describe him because he's doing everything.
He's electrifying.
That you want, and I say, so I'm hearing different names. So I would love to hear the nicknames y'all would give him.
Did he just give him the Rock's name? Wait a minute. wait a minute.
Look, I gave him the old 85 Action Jackson movie clip.
There it is.
And if y'all don't know Action Jackson, you don't know what movie Action Jackson is, we can't be friends. So I mean,
yeah, we can't be friends, dog.
We might be too old for you, bro. Just saying.
You don't know what Action Jackson is? Carl Weathers, Vanity.
Man, you'll be surprised as what movies I have not seen.
You know, it's a
he
good.
He hadn't even watched Sesame Street before.
It's a good movie. You need to check it out. It's a good movie. It's real good.
Hold on.
Well, one of SP Network's own, Mr. Brian Jones, calls him transcendent.
It took me 2 decades to watch Forrest Gump.
Just ignore
man, you know what? He's honest because as much as I love some of my people, there are a couple of people I know that hasn't seen Paid in Full yet. So I mean. Oh, Brian, you're right. 1988. See, I said 85. It was 1988. So appreciate the comment. But
see, I almost channeled the 5 heartbeats because nights like this, I was about to wish raindrops to fall, but you know.
He is a cheat code. And I want to put this out.
Yeah.
And I want to put this out here too as well. You're seeing the new wave of quarterbacks. You're seeing the changing of the guard and quarterback. We always talk about the big three. Rodgers, Brady, and Breeze is big three. And then you got your tier 2, which is Ryan. I guess you could put Kirk Cousins in there because he's actually playing pretty decent. You can put Russell Wilson in there as well. But you're starting to see the change in the guard with Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, even Russell.
Yeah.
So these
I
guys,
think Lamar has the one thing I can agree with the mainstream media right now is Lamar Jackson is truly a once in a lifetime mercurial type of player. He's Mike Vick but accurate.
3.0.
yeah, he's basically that. And then you got Deshaun Watson as well. So I mean, you see,
he is Michael Vick, man.
He need to change it. And even Mike Vick said it plenty of times that Lamar Jackson is way better than him coming out.
He said that himself.
He said it. So I mean,
he's on pace though.
He's going to break his record. He's going to break his record. He only needs like 60 yards.
He's going to obliterate that record.
So
I just want y'all to know.
Yeah. So I mean,
you know what the thing is about him? He doesn't take the unnecessary hits. He actually, when he runs, he likes to go out of bounds. He loves to go down. He doesn't.
And I think that's the reason why.
That's why I like him so much.
Right. And a lot of people said that, he shouldn't be running like that, but the man is smart. And I got to give credit to Joe B. He just said his OC deserves credit too, which is true because they are catering to his talent, which is what the OC needs to do.
I want to say something, but
Dirk Carter, we're looking at you, bro.
That too. But there's something I really want to say.
This is who you
that is probably gonna catch me a lot of flack, but I really don't care now. The OC, pretty much the entire coaching staff that Lamar Jackson has, ran the same system in San Fran when one Mr. You know who? Mr. I kneel for what's right.
You know what? And that's why I said
Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick had the same coaching staff in San Fran that Lamar Jackson has.
Shout out to Wink Martindale. I see you, dog. And you got an awesome name too. So you had to be either OC or a game show host, either one. So I mean,
you ignorant as fool.
Car salesman. So yeah, so it's the same thing. That you're right. It's the same offense that made Kaepernick what he was there. So you see the exact same thing.
The sad thing is Colin Kaepernick in that offense changed the game. Vic started it, then they went back to under the pocket, stand there, be a statue quarterbacks. Then Colin changed the game. And now the game is where Colin used to be.
I need Dak to call
Lamar
Jackson, and
I want to say something.
I can't right now. I can't right now. One of the receivers that Colin threw to
I did tell you
that workout
just
got signed, so whatever.
Oh God, really?
And as much as I give him flack too, I mean, what's his name is catering to Jimmy G because I especially when he signed that contract.
Shadoofus.
Yeah, I give there's always a but. Do not get your hopes up. That's all I'm saying. Do not get your hopes up.
It's Shadoofus.
Oh, he's gonna do something stupid. He's gonna do something.
And I'm gonna bring it up right now. Fourth and one in that Ravens game when they were driving 4th and 1, instead of handing it to the running back that was having a very great game, Mostert, whatever his name is.
Mostert.
He had 150 yards rushing. And you telling me on a 4th and 1, you're gonna call a shotgun to pass the ball when you got that guy back there who couldn't.
That sounds like the Falcons. That sounds like us. That's
That's why I made that post that when I said Niner fans, if you sitting there wondering why you pass it on 4th and 1, we're still trying to figure it out from Super Bowl 51 why they. So I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna let y'all know.
You mean when
they was playing? When they was playing the Ravens.
We don't talk about that no more.
We don't, but I just had to bring that up because that was the exact same scenario. That was the exact same yard line, and that was the exact same going down the way. And then you saw what happened. Ravens went down, and Justin Tucker, who's probably the most accurate kicker in NFL history, was the game winner.
That man is an ice cold. That man is an ice cold, no blood having machine.
All time number 2. I got him behind
He's more than Anderson with the right leg.
Yeah,
he's probably number 1, but Justin Tucker, that's Mr. Art back there. That's basically like giving them another bullet to hit the target. So if you're still trying to figure out San Francisco fans, just stay tuned because he's gonna
get worse.
He gonna get. It's gonna get worse.
He's gonna mess it up because that's Shadoofus. That's why his name is Shadoofus.
Tell him.
Hey, Dre. Yo, Dre, I got a question for you. When's the last time you talked a little pancake?
About a couple days ago. Why?
Because one of his new favorite players is back. It's time to talk about the return of the Minshew mania.
You know what? Honestly, he doesn't really like Minshew like that. He likes Foles.
What?
He likes Foles.
Oh, so how he feeling then? Because Foles got big.
It's the same way he felt about when Ramsey got traded.
Oh man,
the same way.
I had a question about Jimmy. So go ahead when you're done with that.
But I will say this: I am taking him to see him live in a couple weeks, so maybe he'll change his mind. But right now, he's a Foles guy. And he's upset that Miles Jack got sent to the IR.
Miles Jack been hurt for 13 and a half years.
But he was good enough to get that contract. But like I said, he's another one of those guys where when he's healthy, the man can ball.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
I mean,
talk about Devontae Freeman, Miles Jack. That dude's always damn.
They was the referee was the reason why they didn't go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because Miles Jack on that interception when he ran it back, he wasn't touched. I don't care what nobody says. The man wasn't touched. That should have been a touchdown, and it would have been a deciding factor in that game, and they would have beaten New England. But hindsight is 2020. So, but yeah, go ahead with the Minshew mania. I'm gonna try to convince him to. I
mean, I don't know what's going on down there in Jacksonville, but Foles is now on the bench. Minshew is back, so apparently he gives them a better chance to win.
Foles looked like garbage last week.
Look,
Foles just looked like garbage before he left Philly.
But you got to remember, he usually comes in. He does what Fitzpatrick does. He usually comes in. He gives you about 3 or 4 good-looking games. Like he looks like he knows what he's doing, and then the real Foles shows up. So that's how they won the Super Bowl.
I mean, if Philly didn't have Walker to
he's basically what Jeff Garcia was.
Yes.
Jeff Garcia was a horrible starting quarterback, but when you put him in to plug and play, he's going to lead you to the playoffs and win some games. But
because to me, if Philly didn't have Walker to and Wentz, Foles wouldn't have done.
I think the reason why Foles gets so highly regarded is because he won them a Super Bowl. I mean, he's basically like Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson, those guys. Basically, he won them a Super Bowl. So I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks. Even Dan Marino can't say that. As great as he is, he's the greatest quarterback of all time in my eyes. He can't even say that. So that's the reason why he was so highly regarded. And then at the point, we all know how Blake Bortles was in Jacksonville. He was grade A dumpster truck juice. So, considering the fact that there wasn't a lot of quarterbacks on the market worth taking a chance on, Jacksonville was very desperate because they sent Bortles to the Rams. It seems like Foles was the logical choice to be their quarterback. And before he got hurt, he was actually doing pretty decent before he got hurt. Now I'm not gonna give him. Am I gonna give him a pass for this game because he got hurt? Yeah and no, but at the same time, you still got to play a game and you still got to perform to your capabilities as an athlete playing your respective sport. So, I mean, I can't. He's hurt, so I don't know what Jacksonville's gonna do right now because they gave him all their money.
They said they were sticking with him.
I mean, they have to because they have no choice. Of course, they're gonna stick with him because they paid him that money. That's like, it is what it is. So, I mean, but I will say this: I am, me personally, as a football fan, I give Minshew a lot of credit because nobody really heard about him coming out of the draft unless you was paying attention. And then he comes on the scene and he starts winning games. He starts performing like I thought Baker Mayfield was supposed to be like.
I thought it was all about him too.
Well, I'm still on that boat because he still has potential. Because look at Kirk Cousins. He was trash for a while. Now he looks like a quarterback.
Baker. Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Cleveland.
Yes. Baker
Didn't his number one target just request a trade?
He said that now. He said he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Odell says not. Odell, or as LaDonna call him, Odella. He's not.
Odell's not going nowhere.
He's not going.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but like I said before, this is what Jalen Ramsey said too. The next thing you know, he's in LA. So I mean, hindsight's 20 on that. But as far as Minshew, I want to see him do good, especially in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, you know, they had that one good run when they got cheated out of going to the Super Bowl, and they haven't been the same since. I haven't heard nothing about Fournette except the fact that he's hurt all the time. They really had their defense ain't what
about those ankles.
And their defense ain't what it once was because Jalen's gone. Telvin Smith is really running around Jacksonville getting chased by police. Boye's having a decent season.
Hold on. What you?
Whoa, we're not gonna speed past that like you just did. Say what you just said.
Y'all hear the story? Yeah, he had like 8 or 9 cop cars show up at his house.
Who?
Yeah, Telvin Smith. Well, he doesn't play for him now. He's on the
roll raggy.
He's on the exempt list because he's trying to figure out. He had the mental thing, so I'm big about mental health. But he had about, if you check it out, if you Google his name, he had about 9 or 10 police cars show up to his house. For what? I don't know. But yeah. So, and then Jalen Ramsey's gone. They lost their safety. Gibson's gone. Miles Jackson's gone. Calais Campbell, he's putting up a decent season, but he plays for Jacksonville, so nobody really talks about him. What's the other? Agunye, he's having a pretty decent season, but it's a contract year, so he's trying to get paid. So Jacksonville's kind of like us in a way. It's a mess.
That team's going to be a mess.
It's a mess.
That team is going to be a mess.
I don't know what Tom Coughlin's going to do because we see.
Suddenly, I don't feel so bad about the Falcons.
Right.
Rumor has it he had a grow out. Man, they raided the joint.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joe B, to answer your comment real quick, talking about football, QBs and black QBs, what happens to Jameis and Cam? They're both gone. They're not going to be on their teams no more.
Cam's getting traded.
I think Cam.
No, wait. This is last year, so he's gone.
He's
gone.
If Riverboat Ron wasn't being kept around,
gone. Jameis is gone. Jameis, in my opinion, to me, honestly, I think he'll be best as a backup.
Jameis is gone before Cam is.
I think Jameis will be a backup. Cam's gonna be gone because this is last year. They're not gonna resign him. He's gone.
Cam's health is still in question. He might not come back to football.
And
in Carolina, they like what they see in Kyle Allen. So
we like what we saw in Kyle Allen too.
But I'm just looking at it like this. They need more help.
Carolina. Loosening up your arm, huh?
Carolina, they need a lot more help because CMC can't do it by himself. That's like Trey Young with the Hawks. He can't do it by himself. He need more help. And
where does Cam end up? Cam might end up back at home. Them injuries are
injuries, but there's still several teams interested.
Well, I know
there's like 5 teams interested in him.
Yeah. Depending on what Chicago does with Trash Bisky, I see him going there. Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger might come back.
Denver.
There's Denver. But I don't think John Elway likes those type of quarterbacks. He does not. Tennessee. It all depends on Mariota.
Mariota's out.
Who?
Chargers,
yeah, because Phillip Rivers is
Mariota's done.
Yeah, Mariota's gone.
Mariota's
they sat him down at the beginning of the year.
It could be Detroit. Matthew Stafford's got a bad back, so he might not even play no more. He's got 2.
Man, he's dealing with the issue with his wife also, so you don't know if he'll retire.
And doesn't his wife have cancer or something like that?
Yeah. So he might not be back. So a lot of teams out there.
That damn good dog's gonna sit it down. He better. His wife needs him more than football does.
And his back gonna need him because 2 herniated discs ain't no joke. So I'm sorry.
I know about that.
I wouldn't know nothing about having a bad spine. Nothing. Oh,
it's nothing with my back. But if you want to talk about knees and ankles and feet, you can talk to me about that. So
I can tell you.
Shit, me too, my guy. Wait, somebody said Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh.
Oh, and
I did.
And there's Cincinnati as well. Andy Dalton's trash. So I mean, there's Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's true. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Something happened in Pittsburgh. LaDonna, remind me what happened in Pittsburgh.
What happened in Pittsburgh?
What all happened in Pittsburgh?
What happened in
There
Pittsburgh?
was a lot of things that happened in Pittsburgh.
But you know what? I will say this before. Wait. I will say this before y'all get started. Mike Thomas should win Coach of the Year.
Yep.
He should win Coach of the Year.
That's not gonna happen.
Boy.
I like it.
John Harbaugh is going to get it because of what the Ravens are doing, but considering
He
the fact
deserves it. He deserves it. That man has done
Yeah,
a
he
great
does.
job. He's done a great job with that thing.
All
he
right,
lost
so
the quarterback, he lost the running back, and he lost crazy ass Antonio Brown. And they're sitting at 7-5 in the thick of the playoff race.
Yeah.
Somebody need to get that man a trophy. I don't care. Maybe split it or something, but
they might want to build a statue of
they
him in
might
front of
want
the
to
stadium or
redo
something.
the Coach of the Year thing because Mike Tomlin definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So Pittsburgh, something happened in Pittsburgh that was a little bit bigger than football. Terrell Pryor. Y'all heard the story?
Oh, the stabbing.
Yeah.
And he said he got arrested. So he said
Yeah.
they instigated it.
And I'm reading that they said the two girls like jumped on, like her and her homegirls jumped on them.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like the Warren Sapp situation.
To me, it does.
Domestic
To me, it does.
It sounds like the Warren Sapp situation where
Because
they probably were trying to get that 40 and he stiffed them.
right, and to me, you know, let's be real. I'm a military veteran, Marine Corps, you know, and I'm a black man from the hood. You can't surround me because the first thing that's gonna jump in my mind is these fools trying to jump.
Yes, hold.
Once I get into that mindset, I don't give a good goddamn. If you man, woman, child, y'all that many surround me, I'm taking somebody with me.
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, if you put yourself in a situation to get like that, I don't have no sympathy for you either.
But it was his apartment.
Yep.
It was at his apartment.
I
He
understand.
still put himself in a position. He put himself in that position.
Because like I said before, it sounds like the Warren Sapp ones. Warren Sapp refused to pay them women because they perform.
Oh,
He got the Bill Clinton.
That's why I said the $40 comment. If y'all know what I'm talking about, that's what I meant by the $40 comment.
$5 foot long.
Right. He probably got some kind of activity done. He refused to pay, and they beat his ass. That's what it sounds like to me now. If something comes out as a domestic issue,
I agree with him. He said it happened in your own apartment, but you also got to think about who you bring it over.
right?
You can't just bring over,
You can't bring over
just
everybody to your house.
anybody.
You can't bring everybody to your house.
You got to know them. They're gonna have to. They will have to respect you and your property. Because if they don't, if they're one or the other, you can't be with them. Because ain't nothing good comes out with it.
Like I said, it happens, man. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let everybody in my house. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, condolences. I hope he pulls through, but this is a bad look, bro. Real bad look, man. Especially if it comes out that was a domestic situation or it was a $40 situation.
True. Well, talking about bad situations and putting yourself in one.
Oh, before that, it's halftime in the Pac-12 championship. It's 20-0 Oregon.
well, done.
I guess that whole Utah plays defense and all the teams
Wait, you hear that? Is that a fat lady warming up? Speaking of situations you shouldn't have put yourself into.
Yeah, go ahead.
You heard about my man's down there in Arizona becoming Pete Rose Jr.?
You talking about?
Josh Shaw betting against his own team. Cardinal.
I'll tell you right there.
Indefinitely suspended. He got to go see.
Actually, I heard he bet on his team to lose.
Yep.
Hey, man,
He got to go. He got to go see the Hammer Goodell, which we already know they ain't gonna go.
You're not making as much as sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Man,
Dre, he was on IR catching a free check.
Hey, man, it wasn't coming fast enough, man.
Look, man, I'm just gonna say it like this. I just think he's the first one that got caught. I don't think that's something.
That's exactly what I was going with that. It's not. He's not the one.
He's just the first one to get caught.
No, and what he said is it's true. The checks wasn't coming fast enough. Y'all remember Patrick?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at Trent Williams from Washington. They basically told him, "I'm not."
Yeah. With Patrick, what they catch him with? What $100,000 cash? And what was it, like 10 pounds of weed?
Yeah.
Or and then 2 bricks of
pounds of weed, why smoke that?
It would go even further back. The Cowboy from way back, Nate Newton. what's his name? Nate New got caught with all that marijuana. So some players, you just gotta look at it like some people ain't getting paid. Like not everybody getting paid like Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, man.
True.
I mean, am I condoning what he did? Absolutely not. But at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, fellas, this is my white flag. It's that time. We're going to have to slide on over here into these parting shots. It's Red Cup Rants tradition. Everybody, each person gets to take the floor, vent, speak their mind, do what they need to do. Which one of y'all want to go first? Hit it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boom's going first.
After the game that, well, I don't know if you even want to call it a fucking game, but after that game, when Jerry Jones came back to Dallas and went on that radio show that he always does, that weekly tradition after a game, he goes on 105.3 and talks to I don't remember the host's name, but he goes on the show where he talks about it, right? He yields questions. The first question he got when he came in to that radio station was, "Are you embarrassed?" And Jerry Jones said,
blew a gasket, didn't he?
Jay flipped out.
"You need to get your shit together before you come at me. I've been traveling all night. I'm not in the mood for this. Motherfucker, we ain't been ready for this for fucking 20 years. 20 fucking years we've been seeing the same shit over and over again with your fucking franchise. How the fuck do you think we feel? 20 fucking years. And you talking about fucking just traveling overnight? Motherfucker, you're a billionaire. You travel everywhere. You make money. But you as a GM, you need to fire yourself. Look in the mirror and say, you're fired. Play golf comes the voiceover. You're fired.
Or as Brian says, the Price is Right losing on. Play that.
He needs to step down as GM. I mean, it's been saying it for years. We're saying it for decades. But that because he somehow, he built, gathered a championship team. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to keep doing it that way until he's gone. But you also, so it's like people around him need to tell him, hey, sit your ass down over there. Sit down and be humble. But that ain't going to happen. So I just want to when I read about that, he blew a gasket on someone asking him, are you embarrassed? He should have never shown his face after we lost to the Jets. To the winless.
Yeah, that was bad.
He should have never shown his face in public. Should have never done fucking radio shows. He should have been banned from being at the fucking stadium. I understand he owns it, but he should have been banned. Your franchise, you as a GM, your franchise fucking lost to the Jets. Not by, I know it wasn't, the final score wasn't a blowout. It sure was. Until the last two drives when we drove down and got fucking touchdowns. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been a fucking 17, 20-point loss. Yeah. After that game, he should never shown his face again. He should, at that point, he should have walked, as a GM, should have walked home. But yeah, when I read that story today, that he got pissed off and got kicked out of the damn show because he cussed twice. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna feel bad as a GM? You're the fucking GM. You're feeling bad because he asked you if you're embarrassed, motherfucker. Yes, you should have answered him honestly right then and there. Yeah, I'm embarrassed."
Oh shit!
I mean, I guess I'll try.
Boom passing out skibbity paps. God damn!
Skibbity
oh, shit!
I don't know how.
But
all right, so
But I would say, well, since we're here,
well,
the only-
I'm trying to compose myself.
you should have
Who's
went
next
back.
on the parting shot? Was my nephew Tariq in the background? Shout outs to my little man. Who's next?
I'll look. I'll
ahead.
try.
Go ahead, man. I'm still trying to get my thoughts together.
For sure. Oh yeah.
I'm going to say this about Dan Quinn, man. And this is not going to be a popular. This is not going to be a popular decision or quote from me. I'm advocating for Dan Quinn to come back as head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. And the reason is that when you look at the Atlanta Falcons, our history as the organization has always been that we have absolutely no identity. Every 5 years, something changed. It's the offense, whether the offense is a vertical offense, the West Coast, or the running first team. It just something on the offense always changes. At this point, this team needs stability. We need stability, and we can get the hell. We can tell Thomas Dimitroff to get the hell on. Okay, just tell him to get the hell on. Hire, have a guy like Rich McKay, who's been a general manager, who is the president for the Atlanta Falcons. So it wouldn't be anything for him to step in and put on that role, but Thomas Dimitroff has to go, and the Falcons need stability. Whether or not the voice has changed, the tone of a Dan Quinn has changed, this Falcons team needs stability. And firing Dan Quinn is not going to do this team any good. This team needs stability. And I know it's not a popular decision. And this is the thing that Arthur Blank is sitting back and he's watching. He's thinking, this is not going to be good for the fans, but I'm advocating for Dan Quinn to come back as the Atlanta Falcons head coach, despite our record.
I'm with that. Like I said, I don't.
Basically, just fuck the fans' feelings, all right, and hire that, and just keep that man in Atlanta.
If it was,
it's not going to do us any good.
I feel that Dan, not Dan Quinn. I feel that Arthur Blank is going to have to pull a Vince McMahon. You don't know what you want until I give it to you. Dan Quinn, we do need some kind of consistency. Changing coaches, changing systems every other fucking year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I me, I'm like fire everybody, but at the same time, I don't think this is all. I don't think this is all on Quinn, and I'm not gonna put it all on him. Does he have some credit or have some part of the blame? Yeah, he does, but he doesn't have all of it. Most of it's towards Dimitroff. So, and I think Mike broke a story about it a couple weeks ago. He was talking about how he has a relationship with certain sports agents. Is the reason why we draft certain players. So that's another black guy to our organization as well. Nobody really talks about this. So, I mean, that could be something. That could be something else as well. So
Tariq got a part in shot too. You know what I'm saying?
Did not mean to.
So, but
Just took the shirt off. That was it. It's sticky.
So is anybody else? Michael, you done?
I got one. I need this.
I'm
Well, LaDonna, your turn.
I needed my husband. I want to shout out.
The hell with this show. I'm taking over the way.
I want to shout out to Nikki, and I want to say shout out to Carpet Cleaner because I'm about to show y'all what he did to my carpet. To my couch. There's a couple things I want to say. Dear Eagles, dear Redskins, whoever has an opportunity to win, do it. Because I don't want us to win. People.
Wait. Why is this starting to sound like the Little Rascals? Dear Darla.
Giant. Well, they're automatically eliminated. Sorry. So, dear Redskins or dear Eagles, who has an actual simple chance, which I have a feeling Eli's going to come out Monday, ball out for the last time that we get to see him, and then he's going to do like 350. Like I think me and Sean said it, and I agreed with him. He's going to come out with like 350 yards, and they're going to lose. But I really want y'all to win. I don't want us to win. And everybody's like, why? You're winning your division. Why don't you want them to win? This is why I don't want the Cowboys to win, because we're going to lose to the first 500 team that we're going to face. So why would I want to waste my time? I need JG to be gone, like immediately, or in my TI voice, expeditiously. I need him gone. So why keep prolonging it? We already know Jerry is not going to fire the man. So let's just not even make it to the playoffs. So Black Monday, I can just throw me a little party. Might not be able to walk, but I'll throw me a party of happiness.
I will say this on her part. My hot take is this: if he can get either Lincoln Riley or Urban Meyer, he will fire JG. I think that's the reason why he's holding on to JG, because I think he's trying to get one of those guys. And it's been rumored that Urban Meyer is talking. So
both of them
are. But I think Lincoln Riley's gonna stay at OU. But I do think Urban Meyer might come out of retirement to coach Dallas, because he was linked to the USC job and he turned that down. So I think Jerry is working behind the scenes to try to get either Urban Meyer or Lincoln Riley to come to Dallas.
Well, Urban already came out and said he'll take that call.
They already been talking. They've been talking already. Like they've been actually talking to each other. So I think that's what they're waiting on. I think they're waiting on the fact that Urban comes out and says, like, I'm 100% ready to coach the Cowboys. Garrett will have his pink slip that same day.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have a pink slip regardless because he don't have a contract.
We said that a couple years ago. He still was there.
Yeah.
Even when he was up there.
Because they didn't that when wasn't when then we won the playoffs.
Y'all went 13-3, then y'all lost to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That whole thing happened.
That whole thing, and years later, the catch was a catch. So that's why his job was saved then.
And he got an extension after that. So I mean, I've seen stranger things happen in sports.
This is why if we accidentally make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to boycott it because that means JG is we're going to have to resign him. That you already know that's in the cards. We accidentally start winning in the playoffs, and it's going to make JG look like a god.
It's like I told y'all, maybe it's like one of those what's that called? It's one of those, I forgot what it's called. It's one of those tricks they use. The Houdini surprise.
Yes.
Everybody.
Hold on, let's show them what we can do. Say go dogs. Can you say go dogs? Yeah, go dogs. Say
Close enough.
He was saying it earlier. He was saying go dogs, and he was doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes where y'all talking.
This is the longest shot in NFL NBA history.
Yeah, and another thing is, I saw this question, and they were like, "What if you're a diehard fan of one team? You're a diehard fan. Let's just say you're a diehard Knicks fan, but you're watching Luka because you live in the city of Luka." He said, "Can I root for that team? Do what you want, but I'm gonna make fun of you if you are a two-team fan. Root for the player. I have so many players in every sport. They know."
Yeah, like I said,
I find a new player every day.
Yeah, I'm a big Hoodie Mello fan, so I mean, I'm a Hawks fan to the core, but I love Hoodie Mello.
Offensive player of the week.
Man,
Luka, because the guy was talking about Luka. Luka's beasting. So
Luka's
how
good.
can you not watch him?
Luka's good. Luka, I think I say in about 2 or 3 years he will have MVP.
Oh yeah,
he'll have MVP.
Yeah,
He's the next Dirk for Dallas.
Yes.
And if him and KP get on the same page, Dallas is going to be really good.
Yeah. But yeah, just root for the player. This is just like I said. I have several. Vince Carter's on with Atlanta. I've actually followed Vince Carter to every team that he has been on. So,
and Dex and Mike, we are going to his last game in April, so I'm just putting that out there right now.
I'm just saying. I can't be there, but I'll be there.
We need to go ahead and make that trip and head on down and watch him.
Because I'm gonna be a mess, so I don't need to be there.
Maybe we can get him on the show.
I don't need to be there. Personally, I don't need to be. I'm gonna be crying the whole time.
Maybe we can get him on the show. He can surprise LaDonna. Who knows?
Yeah, just check on me that day. That's all I ask everybody. If you don't even know me, call Mike, message Mike, and be like, "Is she okay? Is LaDonna okay?" Because I am not going to be okay. Like I'm trying to see him when he comes to Dallas when they play Dallas. I don't care if they win or lose. I'm just here for Vince Carter to see him. But if you're two teams, go for two teams. But like I said, if you just root for me personally, I feel like you should just root for players and not the whole team because everybody knows this whole house right now is with a Lamar Jackson fan. We ain't no Ravens fan. We're a Lamar Jackson fan. So that's just my parting shot. You know, a lot of people start picking up teams because they moved to that city. That's not
I never became a Cardinals fan, even though I moved to Arizona.
Yeah, I was already a Cowboys fan before I got here, but I am not picking up like any school here. My school fired their coach. Go Mizzou. But have a great day, great night. That's all I needed to say.
All right, Dex, you want to go?
You want to say go Dogs?
We doing this?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Go Dogs?
Because I think one of my parting shots is yours, so I'm gonna let you have that one. Because I got about 3.
3.
All right.
Tree.
But they're short. They're not gonna be long, so we're good.
Let me creep up to this thing real quick though. So I was asked before why I stopped talking about sports, wrestling, gaming, and other things on my personal channel, and only talking about them usually in my group chat with these guys right here. Hold on. Let me. My family. That's my family. These are the people I talk to about sports. Period.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. My brother Dre put up a post, and we talked about why we don't talk about sports, and there's a parallel in Georgia sports.
Very.
And I'm gonna break it down to you. See, the Georgia Bulldogs have the Jake Fromm and Josh Justin Fields issue. The Hawks have Trey Young and Luka Doncic. / we should have never got rid of Dominique.
Yeah.
The Falcons have the Matt Ryan, Mike Vick, and the we got rid of Dion, so I'm angry issues.
Yeah.
The problem is that people, especially our fan base, they trash the players so much. They hitch their wagon to one player and trash everybody else who likes the other player so much to where our fan base infights so much to where we're one of the worst fan bases in sports. The dog fans suck ass.
Yeah,
Hawks fans are non-existent and they blow ass.
Yeah.
Falcon fans can go jump off a bridge because y'all suck ass too.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to, the only real fans in Atlanta right now are the Atlanta United fans, because footy fans are real. Them boys out there, rain,
the thing with them,
snow,
the
wind, the cold, they don't care.
The thing with them though is that a lot of those guys that are United fans, I've seen them trash Georgia teams though.
Yeah.
And I think the most consistent fan base we have in Atlanta is the Braves.
And to be honest, I got problems with the Braves fans too.
I haven't seen it divided
not as of lately. But there were times where we were divided. The second baseman, the second baseman that I loved that everybody hated. What was his name? Ugla. Yeah, my man Dance the man's Ugla. And see, the fans hated him, but when they looked at his numbers actually supported him being here and getting his money.
Me personally, I was more like the same way I am with Big Beasley. I just wanted to see more for what we were saying.
The Braves had the divide with the Upton brothers.
Yeah,
and right now, number 5 versus our phenom, that's an issue. Yes, I said number 5. I won't say that bum's name until he actually shows up in a fucking playoff game.
But you know what? He was hurt though, so I mean, I get that.
Well, then maybe he should got his ass off the diamond so he wouldn't fucking take it up.
I was gonna say he should have swallowed his pride and took a break and healed.
If you that hurt to where your presence on the field is hurting the team, that's a problem. What are you doing? You're supposed to be the team leader. Then lead your ass on up out of here.
Yeah, he's right. But at the same time, we do question a lot of athletes when they say are they hurt or they injured, they don't play, and then we question, oh, what's his toughness? I give it to him for playing, but at the same time, if you're hurting like that, be a lot more considerate of your teammates that's actually trying to put it in.
Because he was hurting the team.
And
Sit that bullshit down, LaDonna.
And you hurt the team more, and then he's the reason why the Cardinals.
This child, this won't ever behave. She just has to just do something.
Well, consider the fact that they did.
What is that? What the hell is that?
But I look at it like he's the reason why we had that meltdown in Game 3, or that deciding game against St. Louis because of that.
Game 7. Five?
Game 5. Yeah, sure.
Game 5. We should have never gotten to 5. All he had 2 straight innings, 2 straight base loaded situations.
All he had to do was just
less
make
than 2
contact,
outs. Bro. All he had to do.
You know what? I don't just blame him. I blame the whole because our pitching was good.
Yeah. I blame the whole team too. However, when you sucking it up the whole time and you blame the phenom because he didn't hustle one time,
I just look at it like everybody's bats went silent because everybody's bats went
except for the phenom. Except
for the one that he blamed for. Except for the one he was bitching out in public because for what?
All right, we need more than that though. We need more than that. I mean, the Bringer of Rain had his moments, but he kind of struggled a little bit. Albee struggled a little bit. McCann, Tyler Flowers. I didn't even know why he was playing because he. But I'm not gonna get, like I said, same way with me with Quinn. I don't give him a whole lot of flack, but he did cause us to get our ass whooped in Game 5 because if it wasn't for that error, it was 2 outs. If it wasn't for that error, it wouldn't have
been over.
Could have been
y'all know how sports is. It starts with one mistake and then it snowballs to another.
His team knows how it feels against my team too, the 2011 Rangers.
And it knows how.
Situation.
But y'all know how sports is. It starts off with a bad play or a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Snowball. So when he did that, it just snowballed. So then I was just like, y'all know how it was. I was like, oh, it's typical Atlanta.
Yeah, which is why the Falcons in the Super Bowl. People keep forgetting that one of the reasons why we started passing the ball while we were up is because Devonta Freeman started being Devonta Freeman in the third quarter. I mean, when you missing wide open blocks, so Matt Ryan gets blown up, and now we're out of field goal.
Right now, if he would have picked up that block, what's the guy's name? Not Hankerson. It was another receiver. I forgot.
Taylor Gabriel.
It wasn't
Adam Robinson.
Yeah.
Wide open down the line. If he would have picked
and
up,
Matt was getting ready to fire that bad boy too.
If he would have got that block off, he would have went in untouched. But like I said, it snowballs from one to the next. Yeah. That's how sports is. Sports is a give and go. So
Sam, you over there LOLing. You tell me why the Knicks fired what's his name?
We ain't gonna talk about this sorry ass team.
Tell me why y'all fired Fitz.
Wait, hold on. Me and Sam are cool, but me and Sam talk offline. Y'all think that Jerry Jones is bad as far
That's why I said. That's exactly why I said that. That's sorry ass team. They deserve airtime.
All the sports. He is the worst owner of all the sports.
Dolan's horrible.
I'll call him Dolan. He makes Jerry Jones look very smart. That man is an idiot. And
he's a stable genius.
He's an idiot. Because if matter of fact, I'm gonna share a video in our group chat. I shared it to Sam. I'm gonna share it to you guys.
You talking about the one with Oakley?
They basically broke down when the Knicks went to the finals in '99. They basically had a timeline from that until now on how they jacked up the franchise, and they probably won't be good for the next 10 or 15 years. Now,
I feel for you, Sam, but I understand. That's what I mean.
Because it's gonna take more than one or two pieces. It's gonna take.
And the fact of the matter is, they got all them contracts,
mm-hmm.
and they still have to pay people. Mar Star, Mar Allen, Houston, still got to pay them guys.
That sounds like Thomas Dimitroff and the Falcons.
But I will say this: RJ Barrett is a good player, but they're gonna need more than RJ Barrett to compete. And the fact,
hell, they need more than Zion.
And
bad knee having motherfucker.
Zion's in New Orleans, and then on top of that, they traded away the unicorn to Dallas. That was a big mistake. So, yeah, James Dolan makes Jerry Jones look like a genius right now. So
Jerry can make you money; he just can't spend it.
I mean, but Dolan does too. Dolan, I think the Knicks are like the fourth most valuable franchise. They're like worth $4 billion, but he's still an idiot. Because the Knicks should be competing, considering the fact you have the number one market in the country. You have the Madison Square Garden, which is the mecca of all sports and everything.
Right.
You got Spike Lee. Every celebrity, like that's on my bucket list, regardless of how trash they are. I do want to go to a Knicks game because I want to take an experience of being at Madison Square Garden. I want to do that. I'm still going to pay. So I think a lot of these owners, Jerry, James, Dolan, all these guys, I don't really think they're much that invested in how good the team's going to get. I think they're more invested in how much money they make.
I agree.
Considering the fact that the Cowboys and Knicks are probably two of the most valuable franchises in all the sports. I think Manchester United is number one.
When you see big market teams like that,
I thought the Cowboys retook number one as the most.
We're number one.
Oh, they are. I thought Manchester. I gotta reread it.
Man used to. Man used to, and but
so,
their fan base is retarded.
The Yankees are like 3.
No, three is Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
I
So
think Yankees is like 5 or 6.
So they're around up top. So you got, but most of them teams are from where? New York.
Yeah, New York, that area.
New York area. I mean, New England's in the north. I mean,
Boston.
So I mean, it's. I think that's and now we'll talk about it next week because I want to get more in depth. I think a lot of these owners are more concerned about making money than actually building the team. Except the guy with the Clippers, I forgot the guy that owns Microsoft, or he sold Microsoft, whatever. He's actually trying to build a team, and the Clippers look pretty good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot Steve.
The guy who goes crazy.
Steve Ballmer. That's my guy. Yeah.
And when the Warriors took a downward spiral, he actually tried to make the Warriors good. And you got the Lakers now with LeBron and AD down there doing work. You gotta have, to me personally, you gotta have these teams that in these big markets to kind of bring it back, and then the small markets can fill in with it. That's why, I'm kind of upset, but not really disappointed, considering the fact that Atlanta has the 8th biggest market in sports. Nobody wants to come there because they see how our fan base is.
Yeah. Yep. Most Falcons games. I work for the Hawks. I've worked for the Braves. Most Falcons games, most Hawks games, most Braves games are home games for the away teams.
Especially the Hawks. Whenever LeBron came to town, it was all, especially when he was playing for the Heat, I would watch the game. And
if it was a Heat game, if it was a Knicks game, a Lakers game,
Kobe,
or a Warriors game, it was an away game for us.
So now that's why I hope that Trae Young and these young cats.
I mean, yeah. Now there's some get back in the stadium because we got Trae Young and the fans are starting to show out. Just like now the Braves are starting to, the Braves fans are starting to finally get off their butts and come to town. Talking about, there's so much to do. Well, we moved the Braves to Cobb County because that's where most of the season ticket holders were. We don't want to hear them issues now. We don't want to hear no excuses.
It's like I said before. It's all about the money. Why do you think Jerry wanted to come to Arlington?
Yeah.
Where the money was at?
Yeah, because
and the mayor of Arlington, I guess they was trying to build it in Irving, tear it down and put the new stadium there. And the mayor of Irving was like, nah. Arlington mayor was like, yeah, come on.
Because I know with the Falcons, I've gone to a few games. I've worked a few games. Don't let the Steelers come to town. Don't let the Cowboys come to town.
New Orleans.
Don't let the Patriots come to town. New Orleans is usually a 50-50 split because it's a rivalry game. But the actual fan bases that travel. Shout out to the Steelers because they fan base travels for real.
Steelers travel. They travel. Steelers travel.
The Packers is the Packers have an unsung fan base that travels too.
Well, they travel now because of Jackson. Well,
they were ready when Flacco was doing good. We went to the game when Flacco had that last year.
The Joey Fluco Ravens had a traveling base because their defense was
nice fan base. Yeah. So their fan base is tough. It's just they had that one little shabby year and then. Yeah. But they still ride with their team, and if you get those teams in your city, it's gonna be
honestly, any team that comes to Atlanta, you're gonna have a bunch of fans of that team. That's just how it is. It's not just the fact that we don't support our own Atlanta.
And sadly, we used to have a lot of hometown fans, but it goes back to the Falcons moved Dion because Well,
No,
the GM at the time was dumb.
They moved Deion. Rankin Smith just didn't want him to play baseball, and Deion was like, "Well, I'm gonna go play somewhere else." So I always said, if I see Rankin Smith's tombstone, I'm going to kick it over.
And can you get Tim McCarver when he dies too? Because I'm ready.
Yeah, him too. And Rankin Smith is the reason why Deion went to San Francisco. Then he went to Dallas because he didn't want Deion to play baseball, which I didn't really care.
Damn.
Well, he was pretty good.
Damn.
Oh no! If you watch his story, his 30 for 30 story, he explained why he left the Rams because
I watched it. We have it on. We have it on. We have it on DVR.
Yeah, he didn't want to play baseball, so that's the story was. So
yeah, and the Hawks fans left the Hawks because we traded Dominique, but Dominique said he would have traded himself. He was in his decline then.
He was first in the division though, and he was still averaging 28 a game.
Yeah, but
but
Dominique said it himself. He knew he had hit the wall. He was got to go down.
He was being political, but we all know what it was. Billy Knight wanted Dominique gone from jump because he wanted Danny Manning that bad. Billy Knight's another one I want to punch in the face when I see him.
Well, you see, this is why we got to have proper GMs. These moves affect the franchises. For look how long it's been.
But the Hawks, I will say this: the Hawks do have a pretty good GM because he's building them kind of like what the
Travis Schlink. Travis Schlink, man, he ain't no joke.
He's pretty. He did make. I mean, as much as Luka's doing right now, he did get DeAndre and Cam. Shout out to Cam. He finally had a good game. I knew he was going to be the player that I think he was going to be. 25 points, 11 to 16, 3 of 6 from downtown.
One thing people need to understand too is they need to dead that whole Trey versus Luka thing.
It's not.
They're two different type of players for two different type of systems.
Because if Trey has a bad game, that's just how it's going to be. We already know that. I think Trey's pretty much accepted for what it was. It's just the fact that now they're seeing that Luka's actually winning now, and he beat the mighty Lakers. That's what it is. And then the fact that the Hawks are struggling right now because injuries hurt us out. John Collins is suspended.
That's what hurt us.
And Cam and DeAndre are doing, but they're still young. They're still trying to get their legs. So it's still going to be there. Just like I made that comparison with Justin Fields.
Cam did not have a summer.
Yeah, he had surgery. So we still waiting on the young guys to come around. So we're going to be all right. But as far as the Luka trade thing, that's going to be around until either they retire or one of them wins the championship.
Yep. Dre, take us home.
Shoot. All right. Well, I only got 3 points to make.
Comment.
Number one, I will say this is as far as I had a very interesting conversation last night with in my group. This is why I'm not in a lot of. That's why I'm not in a lot of sports groups now because a lot of people say very asinine statements. Don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of dog lovers out there, and me personally, I don't really. I mean, I like him, but at the same time, I don't really care too much for him because, the dog's a dog, and I'll never put it before a child, ever. But a guy said that Michael Vick is a child molester. That really set me off because, number one, you're basically putting a dog's life before a child. Don't get me wrong. Dogs are creatures, too. And I know a lot of people, my BFF and husband, they have a dog. He's pretty cool. I don't have no problem with him. But to put that man on the pedestal, child molester, is absolutely disgusting and disappointing to me because I've seen what molestation can do to a person. I had a friend that was actually molested from about 7 to about 14. And I always said if I ever catch the guy that did it, I'm going to do jail time because I am going to kill him. Just Michael Vick has, he's done some pretty bad acts. I'll give him that. Am I condoning what he's done? Absolutely not. What he did was wrong. But the man has backed up his actions, his words with actions, and he's basically became an advocate for dog fights or any kind of animal cruelty. Matter of fact, he was involved in the fact that the government has made now animal abuse a felony in this country. So to say he's not doing his job, but he's just basically being fake with what he's doing is pretty stupid to me. And the fact that there's this petition going out saying that he shouldn't be the honorary captain of the 2020 Pro Bowl team. I mean, people just stop. I know I've been overseas. I've been deployed, and Des can tell you there's people in this country, not in this country, but people in this world that have dog as a delicacy that actually eat dog.
Yep.
So, and I see people go all the time going out hunting, killing endangered species, rhinos, elephants, and stuff like that. Nobody bats an eye, but when it's a guy who's basically turned his life around, and basically doing good for the cause for what he's done, and people still holding on to that. That lets me further know that this country's in a fucked up place. It really is, especially when you got a president that could sit up there and say, "Grab him by the pussy." Excuse my language, but I'm saying. And
He said it.
He said it, and people are like condoning this, but you can't forgive a man for.
That was just locker room talk,
right? Just locker room, but you can't forgive a man for basically atoning for his sins. That tells you where this country's at, pretty much. So when he said that, I pretty much had to give him the riot act on him, because ain't no way that's comparable to a child molester. That's stupid. That's disgusting. It's disrespectful, especially to the people that need help, that have actually been in that situation where a family member or somebody they're close to actually had to go through that. So to the person who said that, to people who think like that, you can basically kiss my ass. You can go to hell. So that's what I had to say about that. But as far as, Michael Vick, I have given him grief, but it wasn't because of the dogfighting thing. I mean, he atoned for his actions. So it's not that. But the man's turned his life around, and I say give him a break. Let him live. Let him live and live his life. He ain't bothering you, so why are you so bothered about what he's doing? If they want him to be the 2020 Pro Bowl captain, the 2020 Super Bowl captain, the 2020 Cereal Bowl captain, let him be. Let him be one. Right? It's not that serious. It's not. And people always say, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch the NFL game." You're supposed to stop watching it when Kaepernick took a knee,
right?
So why are you?
And you're supposed to stop wearing Nike too.
And you stop wearing Nike too, and you stop buying all the NFL merchandise. As far as I can tell, people still buy a Sunday ticket.
And they're buying the new Air Max.
People are still buying the new Air Maxes. They're gonna come in with Colin Kaepernick, because I tried to buy them and they're sold out, even though they're not out yet. People are still watching games.
Yeah, I'm on some way.
People are still, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has the #1 jersey in the NFL. So honestly, the boycott's not working because people are still getting paid, and the NFL is like, I don't give a damn. We still getting paid. So,
I have a feeling that the people that say that they're gonna stop watching NFL, they're not gonna watch NFL. They're still playing fantasy. They're still playing. They're still doing something. They're still either doing DraftKings.
DraftKings, Yahoo,
FanDuel.
They're doing all that. They're keeping up with it. I mean, if you're keeping up with that, you might as well watching the game. So
right. So I mean, so people who always sitting up here, with their high minded. Then most of these people are talking about their Christian stuff. Stop it. Stop.
And
stop it.
I just have to say, publicly. The people that say, he needs to stand for the national anthem. My question is, do you stand up at home when it comes on, or are you sitting down drinking a beer, eating chicken?
Even better,
and with your hat on.
Yeah, even better.
I mean, so if you're doing all of that and you're telling someone else to stand up, fuck you.
Yeah, even better. The ones that's going to the bathroom while the national anthem is being played at a real live game, you in the line getting the beer or getting a snack or going to the bathroom. I mean, is it really that serious? Like, come on, like. We know what it is, but we can't say it because this, LaDonna's not gonna correct me tonight. I already said one thing, so
go for it.
No, I was gonna say that the M word and the cul-de-sac. I can't say that. So
just as being part of half of that community, I am so glad my family is not part of that family. My family gets it. My family was willing to protest for, I'm saying, for certain circumstances, if this person was allowed to come back in, if they changed the rules, for when they were thinking about for Cap to make sure he didn't get in, my family was backing him, and my family's still backing him. My family gets it, and I am blessed.
Yeah, but see, this is the plot twist. The guy that said that comment about the child molester thing looks like me.
Wow.
So
that's what really hurts.
Yeah, that really hurts because I'm like,
where's my coon?
No.
Wait.
No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that.
It's a little late for that now, bro.
It did come from somebody that looked like us, so that double hurt because I'm like, you need to understand, but he was a dog lover, so like I said, I don't have anything against dogs. Like I said, my husband, they love dogs. Leo's cool with me, but I'm one of the ones that's like, I would never put a dog before a child, especially now considering the fact that these little black boys and girls are getting kidnapped and being exploited every day, and nobody cares. But they're still mad about something that Michael Vick apologized for that happened 10, 11 years ago.
But they're still Roethlisberger fans.
And Raplesberger too as well.
He stole the word.
With Mike Vick, wasn't it someone else organizing it? And then he was away. But he took the back to his home.
It was his cousin.
It was his cousin, and he funneled the money.
Cousin, that's your number one job. You got a cousin that's playing in the NFL. You're supposed to take that rap.
Yeah.
Because you know he got the money to get you out.
Yeah. So
They all balled on him. Like they all were.
that house was in his name.
Yeah, they all
His
lied.
name.
They all came out, not lied, but they all came out and read on him. Like not one said.
They all went belly up.
Yeah.
If it was me, if I was a cousin, I probably wouldn't say that. I probably just took that to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to dwell on too much because I still got a couple more points to make. But as far as I'm concerned, if you don't want to forgive him, that's fine. But don't wave your flag at everybody else. Don't do that because you're going to look stupid, honestly. And then my second point I want to make is there's a lot of people out there right now that are giving these college players flack for not playing in their bowl games. I say to you guys that why would a guy, especially if it's a 6-6, it's a guy from Mississippi State that's skipping a bowl game and everybody's calling him for not playing. First of all, Mississippi State 6-6. They're going to the Melvin's Rib Shack Bowl. I'm pretty sure they're not going to a pretty good bowl game. I mean, DeAndre Baker, we played in Georgia Bowl.
Wait. They're going to the trash can bowl and people upset?
They're upset because he's sitting in the bowl game. He's a high pick. It's a cornerback. I forgot what his name.
So they want him to risk his draft chance to go play in the Outback trash bag bowl.
The Melvin's Rib Shack Bowl. You saw, and then the thing about
my God, the Warriors won one game.
The crazy thing about it is that the fact of the matter is, y'all saw what happened to Tua and Outback. The man basically could have ended his career. Thank God he didn't. He's going to play next season, but it all depends. He said he might come back to Alabama.
What was that?
I doubt that he goes
Well, what is it?
to the pros. He said he's going to come back to Alabama. But you gotta look at it like this. If I'm a player who, the NFL says that I'm going to be a pretty good prospect, I'm not going to be too worried about a bowl.
Last game I don't care about.
Unless it's a national championship or a semifinal, then yes, I will play.
Yeah.
But if it's like a waste disposal, Georgia Pacific, Belk Bowl, I don't care.
It's the wrapping paper bowl?
Something,
who cares?
Something toilet bowl.
Who cares?
Right, exactly.
Who's gonna watch it?
I mean, I'll watch Georgia play if it's a regular bowl. I'm gonna watch it because of Georgia. But I mean, DeAndre Baker, we went to the Sugar Bowl and DeAndre Baker didn't play it. And people were like, "Why is he not playing?" Man, the dude was a high draft pick. He was a high prospect. He was going to get paid.
Utah scored.
I don't care if a player doesn't play in the donuts, the Hostess Donuts Bowl. Right. So what? What, they gonna provide him with donuts for the rest of his life? Let that man save his body up so he can get his money.
It's his choice.
Shut up.
It's his choice. The NCAA assholes make billions of dollars off the players' backs, and you're worried about one player not playing, and the NCAA makes all this money. I mean, the NCAA football is like a multi-billion-dollar business. And if they bring NCAA football for the next generation console, you know how much money that's going to be? I've already got my reservation, and the game ain't even been made yet.
I'm about to say I got mine.
So when I see people that are sitting here giving these kids a hard time because they decide not to play in the bowl game, that's pretty hypocritical to me. Because what if he gets hurt? You saw what happened to Tua. You saw what happened to Jake Butt. He was a tight end in Michigan. He blew out his ACL in the Orange Bowl.
You saw what happened to Jalen Smith.
He saw what happened to Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith was a top 10 pick, and he got picked second round. Got picked second round.
I think it was the second pick in the
second round. Jake Butt was a first round pick. He didn't get picked till the third. Shoot, there was a lot of guys who were good first round picks didn't even get drafted. Arian Foster was a pretty good running back in Tennessee. He got hurt. He didn't even get drafted. So to everybody who's out there giving these kids a hard time for making a decision that's best for them, shut up. Shut up. Because if you was in that same situation, you would do the same. Trust me, if I wasn't playing in a national championship or a semifinal game, I'd be sick. Shoot, get mad at me. I don't care. I'll be making $30-40 million while you still mad at me. I'll be mad sitting in this family. So, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then my last point, I want to give a big shout out to the Portland Trailblazers for giving my man Hoodie Melo another chance to play the game that he loves.
The guaranteed contract, yes sir, yes sir.
And it's guaranteed now. The man's balling now. He's averaging what he's Western Conference Player of the Week. 23 and 23, 6 and 2.
Yeah.
6? So it was 8.
It was 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds.
Yeah, somewhere up in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So I appreciate because I know a lot of people, including myself. I'm a big Carmelo fan, but I did write him off, especially how he didn't fit in Houston and how he didn't fit in what was the other team he played for? Oklahoma City. I said I written him off because I thought that was the end. But to see the man come back and play like he is now, I think that he would fit. I think he'll fit very well with Portland, and they'll give him another third option behind McCollum and Dame time. So shout out to Portland for making that move and getting that man back in the league. I think he's probably going to go down as probably one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. The man can put the ball in the hoop. He's a bully. Even LeBron said that he's probably one of the strongest guys he had to guard. So shout out to Portland for that, man. And, I'm like I said, Hoodie Melo, man. That's what
and I'm glad that he can reach out to LeBron to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Not make a second super team. Right. He went somewhere where you
it made sense.
Your skill to make a deep run in the playoff.
Absolutely.
And with Dame time?
Yeah, Dame time is McCollum, and then they got Hassan Whiteside, who's a good rebounding defender. So that's look out for Portland. Look out for Portland. Portland might make some noise if they stay healthy. So yeah,
because Golden State, they for this season they're done.
They're out of here.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
But that's my part.
Question, LaDonna. Can you put on your radio announcer voice one last time?
Yes.
Could you read that for me?
Yes, I can, because it is for Brian Jones, my homeboy Brian Jones, our BFF, FFF, our brother, everything. He is coming back, redesigned, rebuilt, and reclaimed in the zone. Brian Jones. It is coming back. That podcast with the Edge is back and better than ever in 2020. So buckle your seatbelts and make sure your trays are upright and locked in position. I am talking to everyone for a ride, and they'll never forget. Return to 2020 only on Strictly Prohibited Network.
And I do want to say a couple things. This network is definitely expanding. Shout out to Boom and his wife for inviting me here. That show's taking off, and you already know the flagship of the show, Red Cup Rants, is going down. Brian's coming through. He's coming with his show, and I have listened to his show a couple times. It's pretty good. Don't forget about Hodgepodge. It's coming on tomorrow night. That's a pretty good
Saturday
show.
nights, 10 p.m. right here.
Sean Harrison, that's a pretty good show. So
they know their stuff.
Yeah, definitely expanded.
Hey, Boom, you gotta plug your show before we go, bro. Let them know.
I do want to say this. I do want to say one more thing. Tomorrow, I know it's football tomorrow, but don't forget about the Anthony Ruiz and Josh.
Dead bod.
Yeah, don't forget about that fight.
I just knew you were gonna wear the shirt.
I'll probably wear it tomorrow. But yeah, don't forget about that. Don't forget about that fight tomorrow because that could definitely shift the heavyweight division.
That ain't shifting nothing. Dad bod gonna retain.
Dead bod.
Look at here. Right here. You looking? All right.
Get him, Rusev.
Next time when you see us on the Chain Reaction, we're going to be examining a dead body. LA Rams and that defense.
Oh, Thanos? You gotta go get Thanos?
Oh my God, really?
Hold it.
He has it. He has it. The gauntlet. He has the gauntlet.
Oh my God.
This is who we're going against.
Thanos. Thanos.
This. That man was this.
Who's gonna be sticking?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you bring a good point. Let's do a preview.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, let's do a preview.
I'm sorry.
I know. Just one thing.
I'm sorry.
Look, when I said you were going to examine the dead body,
I'm gonna let him go.
do you know who? Where does Aaron Donald line up at?
He lines up.
With her husband.
Okay. Say I'm the center.
He lies on the opposite side of the center, and then sometimes he'll line up on the outside.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
But
the side of Smith.
do you realize who's over here now at the left guard? It ain't Connor Williams.
It's Tawu. It's that dude with the long
It's
hair.
Suafilo.
Oh God.
We're gonna
A
die.
second string.
Remember how
Byron Bell. Yeah.
Byron Bell was
You
the
want-
yeah. Yeah.
You want to see a dead body?
All I want to say is, Dak, you might want to start running on that treadmill this whole week.
No, and what Dak needs to do.
Dak might not be playing.
He'll play. But what he needs to do,
No, you mean he's gonna die? But okay, go ahead.
this is what he needs to do.
He might not play.
When that pressure is coming from his left.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
When this pressure is coming from the left, don't spin this way to the damn pressure. How about you just step up and then to the left? Let the pressure go behind you. But hey, I'm just a civilian. I know, but
I told him,
I can't breathe.
He's
I
dealing,
can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm sorry.
He's
I mean,
dealing with
but the next, but that with this game, next game coming up,
so
Cowboys and Rams.
So over under how many sacks Thanos gonna get? Over under
9.
4?
I got 4.
Yeah,
I say 2.5.
I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 4, and he's going to be double teamed in this game. But
17. He's gonna have 17 of them.
17?
you
He
making
gonna
me-
tackle. He gonna tackle everybody at once. Ooh.
I will say this though: if the Cowboys don't game plan to Aaron Donald, he's gonna that is gonna see what we all saw, what Captain America saw when Thanos walked through that black hole. You saw what happened when he did that. So
Yeah, and Captain America would have looked at everyone.
look at everyone. Like,
Yeah, he looked at everyone's like, is that him?
Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
gonna pray.
But that's what's gonna happen
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
when we play
For us to
against the round. See,
2020.
Just as long as we don't y'all.
and then the Eagles are playing the Giants the Monday night,
Monday night.
and Eli Manning
I'm
is
telling
back.
you, Eli's 350 yards.
Watch,
Me and Sean
and
are
now
right.
we're
Sean are
still
right.
gonna be in first place with the game lead over the Eagles. Even if the Eagles win, we're tied. We're still in first place because we have the upper hand over them.
When y'all play
The second to last game.
Yes, yep.
So that's pretty
Week
much-
16.
And then week 17.
Now,
Yeah,
if
week
we
17 is
if we lose out and the Redskins win out, Redskins are in.
Go Redskins.
The Redskins somehow will come back and win the division.
Wow.
That's going to be
Go for it.
whoever is the coach of that needs to win coach of it. If that
But-
happens, they're like,
But
what,
that's our
terrible.
that's well actually not our my take on Cowboys and
I'm glad y'all
Rams.
saying, and y'all playing here too, right?
Yeah. So and this season, our home game has been an away game.
Sound like
Yeah.
that? Sound like that?
So Boom, where can they find you? Where can the lovely people view you? View your show and let you.
Hey, is that game a Monday night game?
No, it's a Sunday.
It's a
Thank
Sunday
God.
game. It's
Okay,
a
It's
Sunday
a
game.
15.
So yeah, we'll have one of these cups.
Oh Lord.
Brought to you by these guys.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Flagship of the show, man.
But no, we'll be right here.
Okay.
I'll be right here, and then when the game goes off, promptly after, we'll get set up and we're gonna go live.
And please listen to the show. I'm
Strictly
very,
prohibited YouTube.
please listen to the show. It's very entertaining, especially when the Cowboys lose. It is very entertaining. He always keeps me laughing the whole time. And I'm pretty sure if Thanos has a good game, we're going to hear about it.
And before we go, I like to say, because we're not going to be on air next week, y'all will be on air, but happy wedding anniversary to my husband. It is Tuesday. That'll make it 3 years. And we didn't kill each other. For the
Oh,
last
and
3 years.
I want to say this. Considering the holidays are coming, Christmas and New Year's, there will be no Red Cup Rants.
Yeah.
There will be no show. Unless they want to do one, unless Boom and they want to do one.
I mean, it is called solo.
Yeah,
I'll do it myself.
Right, so. I mean, if you want to do it, I mean, that's just for Red Cup Rants. But now, if Brian and you guys want to do your show, that's cool. But it won't be no Red Cup Rants.
One little piece of housekeeping before we go. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, who listened, who commented. We didn't have anybody call in, but that's part for the course. When you can jump on the stream and just type out a little comment. We appreciate y'all giving us your time, your words, and of course your energy. We free feed from y'all, so we thank y'all for coming out.
Yeah,
we see y'all when we see y'all.
No.
Whoa! Hold up, Mike. You got something to say, Mike? You got something to say? Wait.
No. I just have to say,
Mike,
this,
I
man.
got something to say.
Yeah. I understand, man. I understand.
You already know what he's
He's
thinking.
trying to be
It's like, yeah.
He's trying to be tactful because I understand.
He tackling dummies. Okay.
I'm just gonna say this, man.
Shout out to Phil, our brother, who has a chair with the show. He's with us every week. He just had to work.
He did kind of have a dig at LeBron. He said, "Wait a minute, LeBron played defense."
Oh, he crammed you too much, Dre. He crammed you. He ain't gonna.
Phil, just make sure you hold on to the keys when you leave. Okay?
Just gonna drink this water.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say this, man. I just want to say to everybody who continue to watch the show, what we're trying to do at Strictly Prohibited Network. Look, I have a following, but this is so far from just me. All right. When I tell you guys that Boom and LaDonna have so much chemistry, and it's amazing to me that they've only been married 3 years. It seems to me like they've been together for at least 50 years. That's just my personal opinion. You guys just have a natural. Shut up, LaDonna. This is my time. This is my time. This ain't about you right now.
You better leave that crotchety old couple alone before they cut you.
And Dex, when I tell you,
what's up?
He's the one that gave me the name. I don't want everybody to know this. All right, I want everybody to know this. He dubbed me with the name Mad Mike. I didn't name myself. Okay, I speak in the third person because I'm a rock fan. I'm a huge rock fan. Okay, so fuck you if you don't really like what I got to say. All right, about Mad Mike being Mad Mike. Fuck you. Fuck everybody.
There he
all
goes.
right?
But Dre, get the fishing rod. We might have to reel him in a minute.
I think Mount Samani kind of lit the fuse, so now we just,
don't listen to nothing that Dre is saying. All right, Dre is always
go ahead, Mike. Mike, you know what? Hold up, Mike.
Off the mic, Dre try to be all modest and shit, but Dre is a complete asshole. Don't let that shit fool you. He's a complete asshole.
You know what, Mike? You got the floor. It's all you, bro. It's all you.
All right, he's a complete asshole. All right, that's what Dre is.
Look at his eye while he says it.
Look at him.
Well, man, I ain't no asshole. I got a heart of gold, bro.
That's a damn lie.
You're a goddamn lie.
Stone cold. I'm going Stone Cold on y'all ass. All right.
Mike, go ahead and finish your statement, bro. You kind of got derailed.
Hey, look, only when
but like I said,
most of the time is those two, and I just follow suit with what they do.
Yeah, we
don't listen. Don't believe nothing he's saying. Right? Don't believe nothing he's saying.
Hey, look, until I tell somebody to swallow a bottle of Percocet, Mike, you got me.
Hey.
And calling somebody a fat cow.
And calling somebody a fat cow. Mike, you got me.
Yeah.
You are the undisputed. Matter of fact,
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This show is complete.
Somebody ring the
This
bell.
show is over. Continue to follow.
Mike, finish your statement, and so I can close this out of here. Jesus Christ.
Before we leave, somebody ring the bell, because just like his boy Bray Wyatt, he is the undisputed asshole champion of the world. Just like his boy Bray, the Fiend.
I got involved in his BS, and I wasn't even involved.
Wait. What the? Mike, finish your statement, please, sir.
You like
What the
Man,
hell?
I'm trying to be goddamn nice, and you assholes.
Yeah, Mike, Mike, finish your statement. We gonna unleash you in a minute. Finish your statement.
But hey, you just like the Fiend, man. You undisputed, dog. Just taking it stride, man. Just wear the belt. Wear the belt proudly on your shoulder, man. Or carry it like he does. Get one of them lamps and stuff like that, man. Just say we coming and blow the candle out. Game over.
Phil, we can't do bald headed whole shit, bro. Come on now.
You got one single. BHHS, you got one single.
He up there talking.
Oh my God.
I officially give up. You
ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand this is what Red Cup Rants is every Tuesday night. This is what we do.
Hold on. He was trying to give me a compliment. Y'all roll with it.
I was trying to give him. I was trying to. They doing it.
Mike, I'm selfish. Can I have my can you go back and give us a compliment, please? Dre, shut up.
Hey, Dexter, he was talking to you.
That, man.
Well, you get your compliment, Rusev. God damn.
Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, man. I'm good. Go ahead.
We gotta put the kid to sleep.
I'm gonna mute you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I've been up for 24 hours.
I gotta eat.
Fat asses. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead and say it. We wrap it up, man.
I don't even know what the hell I was going to say. I'll just say, man.
Something about being named Mad Mike, and you were about to say something. And
Man, fuck all that shit. Just continue to support your boy, Mad Mike Sports, man. Strictly prohibited network. This is all put together by Miss Petty, a little bald head woman right there. Who just turned the head around.
I just clapped off like 6 inches.
No, y'all just took over. You just took over.
No, because you just
completely took over.
I am not a 3-6 for this song. No.
Oh, head.
Scallywag. Ain't got no hair. No, I am not the one. So let me.
I ain't ball either.
I ain't said nothing either, man.
No.
I'm losing my hair. I can't even talk because I'm losing my hair.
No, bro. I just cut this off just because. Let me show this because let the world know.
Well, we already know that Mike looks like Kawhi, so we good.
Just braid your hair, bro.
No, this show is over. This show is over, all right? It's over. This is over.
Hey, man.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
No. It might happen.
I'm just like,
Hold on. Where is Nikki sitting on the side?
no, she's actually playing with.
She's with Tariq.
Oh,
another thing.
Because I was about to do something, but since this is
a family
the
show,
ending, this.
Since when are we a fucking family show?
Since I can't say the words I want to say, so it's a family show.
It's a family show.
What word you want to say?
Hey, we already went over this, man.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. Excuse me, Miss Miss Petty, you do have hair. My bad. My bad about that. Okay.
I got hair in my head. If you see the back of my head, I look like
I
look like the thing in the back. So it's starting to come spread out a little bit in the back. But I do want to say that shout out to the Bethel High School for naming their college.
This man, really, I just can't get over this dude. You had to bring up my look, man. I'm trying to change this. I'm trying to change, bro. You have to bring.
Hey, look, we all trying to change. I'm trying to change. We all trying to change, but sometimes breaking old habits is hard to do. It's in our DNA. We're assholes.
Yeah. That's how he called me bald head like that.
Mike has called me worse than that, so between Mike, your husband, and Phil, I'm always getting skippy pap. So I mean,
no, because Mike called me bald head. I had to show him. See?
But I'm good. I don't have nothing else to say. I mean, I said what I had to say. So I mean, whatever. Ain't nothing else to say, man.
Look, that's the first thing that's the first thing that came out of my mind. That's the first thing I thought about. Okay.
All right.
And then I took it to a 3-6.
Somebody ring the bell. I need everybody. I need all the contestants to go back to their respective
I'm pretty
quarters.
sure I have an interesting show next week. The college football playoff. And before we leave, the score in the third: Oregon 23, Utah 7.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand this is what happens on Red Cup Rants every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. right here with myself, Mad Mike, who apparently I named. I don't even remember doing it. Probably happened some years ago in our wrestling group or something. And Dre, who's our brother, who usually operates in my position. He's usually the host, and he keeps everything under control. Tonight, he's with our brother and sister, so he is just letting us be who we are, off the chain and unleashed.
And this was a super show, so I mean, we combined both shows, so it worked out. It worked out real good.
So with that being said, y'all can catch Boom every week after a Cowboys game, unless it's usually a Thursday game. Then you'll probably catch it on Friday. Other than that, check us out, Strictly Prohibited Network on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You name it, we there. Trust me, we there. Myself and LaDonna and Mike, we do the social media, everything. We there. Mad Mike, y'all know where to find Mad Mike Sports on YouTube. Myself, I am part of the Strictly Prohibited Network. I really don't have a YouTube channel. I really don't want one. I just help run this place. It's bad enough, as you can see.
The inmates definitely run the asylum on this network. So.
It's all Dre's fault. It's all Dre's fault. He is the hoodlum. He is the alley cat. He does everything wrong.
Actually, bro, it might have been what I had in my Red Cup.
You know what? We don't have to have how am I getting blamed for this? We gonna have to talk about this offline because.
Anywho, I want to thank everyone who came out and supported us. I want to thank all of our, our loyal followers who are with us just about every show. Nikki, I'm talking about you. B. Jones, talking about you. Phil, you already know you part of the squad, bro. You got a chair here. I dusted it off for you this week. You know what I'm saying? I think Dre got you next week.
Joe B too checking in.
Joe B is still the hell with Georgia Tech, sucker. But we appreciate you for being with us every week. And
Sam, shout out to Sam. He always checking in. He's from Vegas. He's checking in all the time.
Sam, I don't know what's going on with your Knicks, but thanks for riding with us.
No, they going to Hill. That's where they going straight to Hill.
They've been there. They've been there.
Jerry Jones, James Dolan needs to stay on that team for them to be good. So.
But we have our usuals. LaDonna and Boom have their usuals. Mad Mike, he's got a whole community. So more than likely, all of our shows will probably be like this. We will have them on YouTube. We'll have them on Facebook, all at the same time. Yeah. So everybody on the different platforms can communicate with each other, and whoever's on the show can communicate with the audiences at the same time. We appreciate y'all from here. Everybody here, Strictly Prohibited Network. Thank y'all for coming out. And if you don't catch us until after the breaks, have a happy holidays. What you got, Dre?
Just on a serious note, if anybody ever wants to be a guest on any one of our shows, feel free to hit one of us up, and we're more than glad to have you on the show. That's in a live capacity.
Yes. LaDonna, what's the number? I don't remember the number. We probably won't be using the number much because as we said, you can just jump right here in the chat and just.
Yeah, we'll post it on there. If anybody wants to guest on our show, well, except Boom, he said nobody can be a guest. But no. As far as Red Cup, right? Any one of our shows, if you want to be a guest, you want to chime in and jump in on
hold on. For anybody who ever wants to be a guest from this point on a different show, you can always come to that right there. It's going to post to all of the platforms we're on at one time. There you go. It's even got the PIN number. There you go. We appreciate you from coming out.
Yes.
Everybody here, Strictly Prohibited Network. We signing off. Boom, you got one more explosion for us before we ride?
You know what you look like when you took your little hat dude to go out? This right here.
Thank you. Yes, sir. You right. You know what? You're right. I do look like Kyle. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and one more thing. Brian said that unless he invites you personally, no guests except the ones he invites on the zone. So
because he's gonna have them weekly.
Right. So that's his thing. So
speaking of which, LaDonna and Boom will be on one of the beginning shows, and the Red Cup Rants. We will be invading the zone. So B. Jones, you better be ready because I'm coming in and I'm kicking those off the hinge, sucker.
And also, we are in the works for doing a wrestling podcast with Mad Mike Dex and Matt, our other brother from Canada. So that's in the works.
Phil as well.
Stay tuned for that. We're definitely gonna get that off the ground as well, doing the wrestling podcast. So stay tuned for that.
And one more message before we leave. We're going to do our best to make sure that we have at least an hour, 30-minute show every single Tuesday on Matt My Sports. So everybody who continues to watch, my channel, please, all right. I don't ask for much. Support your boy. Strictly
Yeah.
Prohibited Network, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, I have a link right there, and I will have a link in my community tab. So you guys, again, man, this is all Mad Mike Sports, man. This is like my platform. It's not all about me. I want to share the wealth, and you guys, I want to hear you guys' voice on the show. We have a phone number so you guys can call in and your voice can be heard. We're not Falcoholic, we're not ESPN, we're not Fox. We are absolutely, we're doing everything the completely the opposite way of what everyone else do. Okay, this is what we're about. This is about you. You want to say whatever you want to get off your mouth, off your chest. Look, this is it. Strictly prohibited. This is
whatever you like.
prohibited.
We'll take that.
Prohibited.
Strictly prohibited.
This is not
network.
censored.
Yeah. Yes,
This
sir.
is what we do.
Strictly Prohibited Network. We say what other people are afraid to say. And on that note,
Oh yeah.
we out.
Final update before we leave. 23-15 Oregon in the third.
But Utah scored 15 in the third.
Yeah, Utah scored 15 in the third, so they on the comeback. So we'll see.
Woo.
Yes, sir.
Well,
All right.
and we out.
Hasta luego.
Boy,
Yep.
you end it.